And the best part is I see our audio waves going up. So mic's getting picked up, audio's getting picked up. So hopefully we can be heard on the stream.
Alrighty, let's yeah, as always, let's double check that before we continue.
Hello, kitty.
Okay. Can I hear you? Okay, I could hear Danny.
Yay!
Okay.
Hooray!
I don't want to hear me.
Well, too bad.
Nah!
Alrighty, so...
Cat, Realm is being mean to me.
I just said too bad.
Me.
Too bad. Waluigi time! Oh yeah!
I'm sorry, I think you mean it's Wario time!
No, it's Strixhaven time!
Actually, mortal, it's Loki time. It's always Loki time.
You know what? Get Jeffed.
You little insect.
God damn it.
Hello, mortals!
Alright, yes.
As opposed to the immortals.
Yes.
That's me.
Alright, so hello everybody! Welcome back to Strixhaven, a Curriculum of Chaos, Year 2!
We have been waiting so long for this.
So it's like the wait is finally over. We're finally coming back to these shenanigans. So, yep. So we'll be doing that tonight, and then as always, this coming Saturday we will be doing our next session of Ravnica. Then,
We gotta find Master Jigglypuff. Or Wigglytuff, I mean.
Alrighty, so said I'm trying to think, is there anything I am missing at this point before we continue in earnest?
Quickies? Do we have those?
Oh,
No, it's a new year. Quickie wouldn't have been written in the time between.
yeah, that's true. It
Ah.
wouldn't, but...
A reminder that is an in-universe thing.
Alright, cool. I got that Pacifico, so we'll worry about that. I'll worry about that next session. So,
Yep.
all right. So, new year. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's go!
Let's
go!
All right. Let's.
Oh no. I'm so very tired. Good morning, people, by the way.
Good morning, good evening, good time zone.
I woke up at 4:30 this morning, so forgive me if my head isn't screwed on straight.
No problem.
Yo, me too.
Hey, don't worry, I've got cancer juice.
Oh, I do have a spare can of that. I could probably drink it.
I told you that one of them was for this.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that said, all right. Let's begin. All right.
I'm gonna go get a glass and put some ice in it.
No problem. Alrighty, so... Alright, so the new year has begun, and it is time for the freshmen to start gathering at the Biblioplex for their orientation. After spending your summer in Eldraine, you planeswalk to now join up in the orientation. And yeah, you planeswalk and land right outside of the Biblioplex. It's the first time you can truly say that you've seen the university empty. Though you can hear some noise coming from inside. No doubt the freshmen that are gathering. You approach the main door, and as you do, you see two familiar figures. You see Bavinda Sharpbeak, and she's assisting and guiding the freshmen into the Biblioplex. And right by her, you see the Shepherd of Sedgemoor Swamp. And yeah, when she sees you, she just kind of like comes up to you really excited. She's like, MM, there you are!
honestly, just as much as it was nice to have a place for the summer, I've never been more excited to come back.
All right, well, they got everybody starting to come in. And there's a bunch of interesting faces. I mean, there's clearly we got a couple of people who are not from Arcavios. Don't know where exactly, but come on, let's get in there. You can't keep them waiting for very long.
Our MM starts shuffling in.
All right, so you make your way into the Hall of Oracles, and yeah, when you arrive, you can see several new faces that are catching your attention. You see a young woman wearing a patterned kimono and what appears to be a folding fan clasped in her hand. You see a halfling man with dark skin, clad in leather and furs, a big war pick strapped to his back, and he's got a big smile on his face. You see a young woman with curled dark hair that kind of gradients into a dark green at the tips, while she's wearing a, what appears to be a very fancy shirt, skirt, and boots. And you can see what appears to be water rolling down the skirt in waves, yet nothing drips onto the floor. You see a tiefling with a hat resting on his horns, clad in leather, and a whip on his hip. And then lastly, a young man who's wearing rather simple clothes compared to everybody else. But he's got some, what appears to be some kinds of splotches on his clothes, like maybe some ink or paint. And as you're as you're all gathered up underneath the big snarl, you see the Oracle, and she raises her voice. Welcome, students. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to the finest school for magical studies. I am Jadzi, the Oracle of Arcavios. Now, before we begin your orientation, I must address concerns that some of you may have regarding what happened last year. You notice some of the students look a little confused, no doubt the ones that are from other worlds. Specifically, the woman in the patterned kimono, the tiefling, and the young man in the simple clothing. The water in Sedgemoor Swamp had been poisoned, affecting the animals and tinctures we create and use throughout the school. And fortunately, thanks to the ingenuity of last year's freshmen, the water was purified and the swamp has returned to normal. That is what I expect to see from all of you as you begin your studies. You will be tested, you will be pushed to your limits, and I look forward to seeing how you will meet these challenges head on. Let's get the music. Okay. Alright, so to help you in these endeavors, allow me to introduce you all to 4 of our promising sophomore students. Representing Lorehold, the College of Archaeomancy, from the world of Eldraine, Amy Freya. Amy, how do you appear?
A burst of sparkles swirl around, and she appears in a blast of light. Hands held up in the air, smiling gracefully, before doing a curtsy bow.
Alright, and then would you like to describe what Amy looks like?
Amy... Now, previously, Amy always wore the frilly dress and such. But in this case, she is representing her Lorehold colors. It's more a simplified dress, but the red and whites definitely stand out.
Alright,
Especially...
Dave, if you can go on ahead and show off the
Yep,
character
already on
art
it.
as she's describing.
As you can see, white and red stand out, but she still wears the pink, because technically speaking, pink is a type of shade of red.
Yep, it is white and red combined.
So yeah, she's like, "Greetings, freshman. It is an honor to meet you, and I hope we have a wonderful year."
Alrighty. And now Jadzi speaks up. Representing Prismari, the College of Elemental Arts, from the world of Tavastian, Pacifico Whitewater. Pacifico, how do you enter?
Okay, so as he's giving the verbal introduction, you guys see out of like the corner of your eye from the other end this illusory anchor coming, swinging through. On it is clad in red with a jacket draped over his shoulders, anime style, with white hair, no longer wearing the formal princely blues. And it swings through, and he leaps off of it, landing perfectly. And then, as he stands up straight, as he's standing up, he puts sunglasses on. That...
Show off.
Look who's...
I'd like to remind you what school he introduced me as.
Representing Quandrix, the College of Numeromancy, from the world of Kaladesh, Canvas Zevenwatt. Canvas, how do you appear?
So, Canvas and Luke have sprung a little plan to actually show us both off.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Yeah, in that case, let me edit that. Like, yeah, representing from the world Canvas Zevenwatt. And
No, this is definitely a surprise.
Okay,
They
okay.
definitely
It's a
haven't told them that
surprise.
Luke's showing up at the same time.
because it literally got put together last minute. Because Canvas, like, in the back room, showed Luke something and went, "We're going with it."
All right, so you guys are going to be appearing together then?
Yes.
Alrighty then. Okay then. So then Jadzi then continues, and from the great forest, Lucky Star. All right, so going ahead. How do you two appear?
Above everyone and a little bit dangerously close to the snarl, space itself seems to twist and warp as a small hole is torn in reality, through which a pair of crackpots on a hoverboard fly through.
So you were saying about me being the show-off?
And you
all
know,
show-offs.
there's like a grinding through the air, and they swirl down into place.
MM is going to briefly cast message to you know what? I'm gonna cast a message to Pacifico. Not like he was any better.
So, Canvas, describe your character change.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Canvas is wearing a little bit different clothes this time around. Definitely a lot more in theme with Quandrix, the light blues and stuff. Her arm is considerably less ostentatious this time around, as it seems that a lot of the filigree has been replaced for aether piping, which has been accurately machined and made out of Quandrix's fractal technology. And so she has a repeating triangle pattern down the back of her arm that kind of juts out and away from her, kind of looking like a shoulder spike set up, that seems to pulse with blue energy. She, on the other hand, looks a lot less like she's putting on a character and looks a lot more like she's kind of just enjoying being smart for once.
Definitely got the scientist vibe going on. Alrighty.
Luke,
Yes.
practical as ever, has continued to wear the same leather armor he had last year. However, he has added his uniform to his outfit, adding the signature triangular half-star pattern to his breastplate, as well as adding the tealy greenish blue cloth beneath. His hair's no longer as well kept as it was in the first year. His hair's grown out a bit more, and those who look a little bit too closely will notice that he has bags under his eyes from many sleepless nights.
Alright.
He's notably also carrying a saber this time.
And yeah, to explain, there was we're in by vortex warp, and that's what my fly spell looks like. Hoverboards.
Okay.
I can split cast it, so it affected me and Luke, and we both have hoverboards now. Anyway.
Okay.
I like that your fly spell is hoverboards. That's very cool.
Alright. So then Jadzi says, I'm also honored to announce some new members of our faculty. To assist Counselor Sharpbeak in providing guidance, mental health, and spiritual care. Let's welcome from Silk Meadow, Gaiakirk Glintmantle. And you see behind her, there's a tall owl steps forward and just bows to everybody. Luke, you recognize him from when you had visited Silk Meadow for your birthday last year.
Shit.
Oh shit, it's Dad!
It's like,
Oh
yeah,
no,
Luke,
we showed off in front of you fucking...
Yes, because Luke, Luke, how do you react to that news?
Luke, internal, shit. External, he simply gives a wave.
Alright. Okay. And we are blessed to have an alumnus returning to our halls. He's graduated from Prismari 3 years ago, and he will be joining us as a new professor in teaching elemental arts classes. I want you all to welcome Arkan Menexus. And then, suddenly, the hall is filled with like a kind of mist or like a rolling fog almost, and it's just kind of filling specifically the whole oracles around you.
The fuck?
Okay.
There's a
What the
cat in the
fuck was that?
background screaming. I know it's an alarm.
Oh, okay. That's where I was like, wait,
not
wait,
mine,
child.
but-
I was like, what? I'm thinking, was there a child screaming in the background? Okay. All right. So, anywho, so as it rolls in, that is where you hear, it's like, haha, thank you and bless you, Oracle. Strixhaven, are you ready to rock? And suddenly you hear loud music. It begins to play
God.
drums and what sounds like a guitar, similar to when Luke planeswalks. And out of the fog appears the man who calls himself Arkan Menexus. And yeah, he's just kind of like performing in front of you all amidst the fog, kind of singing and such. And it sounds like just very loud screaming at this point. So, yeah, how do you all
I'm
react
gonna like
to
this guy.
I kind
I
of
feel
want to
like
dance.
I feel like Pacifico knows what rock music is. Don't
Where do you
don't
think he got
say
the
it just
speakers?
sounds like screaming.
Where do you think he got the speakers for the speaker system for this?
Amy's gonna jam out.
Alright. So,
Also, I apologize for the noise you heard. That was my ringtone.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
okay,
I
no
knew I'd
problem.
heard it before.
It's the Apple ringtone, but as a cat instead.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's why it actually showed up on the mic.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, so you guys are all just kind of jamming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
most of them are.
Canvas can't help but kind of tap her foot.
Okay, yeah, and it's like, yeah, MM, how are you responding to this, like, amongst the students?
She's dumbfounded. She's confused. She's like, I mean, she doesn't hate the music, but she's most certainly just like, huh?
Alrighty.
They look like a heartthrob.
Alright. So as he's performing, Luke, behind you, you hear it's like, I love my fans. And you turn around and you see Arkin?
Oh no.
So yeah,
Too
Luke,
many
how you-
Arkans.
Yeah, Luke, how do you respond to this?
What the fuck was that lyric?
Just a squirrel looking for
an app.
Yeah, that's Guitar Man for you.
It's just a squirrel looking for an apple. Come on. Get with it. Get with the times, man.
I fucking love Guitar Man.
You know, you really shouldn't appear behind us if you want them to think you're over there.
He's like, look, he's got the right rhythm, and he's got the sound to boot. I mean, granted, it's not carrying so much in the air, but I think I can help without that. Hey, buddy, let's make this a duet! And suddenly now there's two Arkans now, just kind of jamming.
Of course
Okay.
there is.
What are we thinking?
Okay.
Twins or a clone?
I think
Canvas is kind of just
Pacifico
looking
could-
between them.
Pacifico might be able to answer that question. No, he can't.
I
He
think
doesn't have-
Amy might.
Do you have detect magic?
Do I have detect magic?
I do.
Without
I unfortunately do not have detect
Canvas is going to just kind of, while she's like looking at them as she's tapping her foot, her arm flexes and the four triangles on her shoulder pulse one by one, and then her eyes kind of flicker with blue for a second. Which one's magical, or are they both magical?
Specifically, hang on, everybody. Specifically,
I'm gonna
the first
guess that
one,
one's illusion.
Yeah, it's like you can definitely sense that there's something weird about the one that showed up in the fog, not the one that appeared behind you.
I have Zone of Truth.
No, we don't need to ask them anything like that. I think it's just that
Interrogating
one's a
stuff
fan.
isn't really a good idea.
That one's a fan of that one.
Doing
Now-
a duet with your own mirror image
Wait.
is so fucking cringe.
Wait, hold on. Can I do something?
What would you like to do?
Can I appear? I'll just say I've walked, but can I appear behind them?
If you want.
Hello. You know what? Screw it. Roll for stealth. I'll roll for stealth.
Yeah,
Do I-
roll for,
do-
Oh yeah,
roll for
you want
stealth.
to roll
You
for
should-
stealth?
Yeah, roll for
If you're
stealth.
rolling for stealth, I'm rolling perception.
Go ahead.
Try me.
Okay, I rolled an 18.
18.
You're not as
Alright.
quiet
I
as you think
got-
you are.
Yeah, I didn't get that though.
Okay. So, like,
Luke just turns around and looks at you. You should be back with the other freshmen.
oh, I missed you guys.
Yeah, you'll have time
Yeah.
to talk to us later, but you should be with the other freshmen.
Yeah, you're also gonna need to make friends in the freshman group.
Yeah, we'll talk later. Hang out with them for now, okay?
Okay.
Just chill. All good.
Now, given where I'm from, would I be familiar with this kind of thing going on.
You've definitely heard of things, similar. Like, you've heard of all kinds of things happening. Like, what it is you're exactly looking at here is kind of hard to tell, at least. But you've heard things, you kind of maybe have some ideas, if anything.
Alright.
Okay, but that is when the Oracle pretty much, puts her foot down and just goes, "Cease at once!" And in an instant,
Canvas laughs.
In an instant, the music silences, and then as the mist just kind of gone, you can see that one of the Archons, the one that was not behind you, has taken on a different look.
Here we go.
Oh, I know who it is.
Describe your... Yeah, feel free to flip the token and describe your character.
There he is.
So I will say this. So in a puff of as the smoke dissipates, he's still kind of dancing a little bit, but he's kind of lost in the movement. But then as soon as he sees the Oracle looking at him, he's just like, April Fools?
You got the wrong month, mate. Oh no, Wyke is gonna have a field day with this one, isn't he?
Oh boy.
So, anywho,
Yeah, and also feel free to throw your art up there for the audience as well.
Okay, yeah, hold on. I actually just need to grab it myself because I don't remember what folder I put it in. I thought I put it in the Strixhaven one, but I didn't. But basically, so before you guys, you basically just see taking his place, what appears to be a changeling. But, yeah, like, he has, like, the typical changeling appearances. Like, he's got, like, the bright white skin, black eyes. But you see him dressed in a rather flashy fashion that, basically, very, like, yeah, you see him with some baggy pants. You see him with, yeah, you see him with, you just see him with a very simple shirt on, and along with some very interesting markings on himself, as well as wearing a nice-looking scarf.
Oh my god, we have a JoJo character.
Do I happen to recognize what he is?
It's not hard to tell what a changeling is.
I imagine I would recognize a changeling, given that changelings are very common in the place that, in ancient times, my home country was at war with.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and I would imagine, like, if you want to roll the history, you can roll it with advantage, but I mean, I would like to think, like, yeah, maybe Amy, like, yeah, she's definitely heard stories of, like, specifically, like, fae that can change their appearances.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20? Yep. You've heard of this.
I think I'm going to roll the history and just roll with the fact that Pacifico still has, like, certain misconceptions about changelings because of what he's used to from Sebastian.
I'd also like to point out, during the interviews, everyone was accosted by a changeling in their natural form.
Yeah.
That is also true.
Like a name. You even saw them just shapeshift.
Amy just sweats a bit, which I think Canvas can see, and she's like, in her mind, she's like, oh, great, more fae problems.
There is a reason that Pacifico was just like, please don't do that.
Well, luckily he's a freshman.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
It's like, MM, how do you take this? Yeah, knowing that this is a classmate, like in your grade.
Guess it'll make it a little easier to make friends, won't it?
wonder what the other students reacts to that.
Everybody is like, everybody is confused as hell. If anything, I would say probably like the woman in the kimono. She'll probably give him a little pity clap.
See,
Just
I already have a fan.
Oh no!
Yeah, just like,
Is giving a big smile too, but like almost kind of hiding it.
yeah. Keyhall actually turned to you, MM. And she's just like, a guy that can just change his forms like that. I mean, I don't know. Kind of sounds like he had trouble.
Could also be a lot of fun.
Well, let's
I just wonder if can Savanto kind of hear Kihan and MM's conversation from here.
I'd say make a perception check.
All right.
Nat 20.
No, it's not a nat 20. But let's see. Just need okay, so it's a 21.
All right, yeah, 21. Yeah, you can definitely hear them talking, like, especially now that the music has just died and it's just silence.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, MM and Kiha, you just hear over Savanto responding, "If it's any consolation, my pranks have had a 0 mortality rate."
Amy whispers to Camus, we probably should keep an eye on this one.
Of course we will. But not simply because they're Fae.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I just don't like what he just said.
Alrighty, and then that's when the Oracle turns to you and she just goes, Mr. Cabana, take your seat.
Oh no! Oh no! It's the principal versus the troublemaking student.
Okay. And he goes to take his seat, and sits a bit closer to MM, and he's just like, "Oh, hello there. I like your horns."
MM turns to the side about concerning that. Probably has something to do with something to do with I guess trying to hide those horns in public for a while has made MM a little self-conscious about it, but not terribly much.
Okay,
It's like,
fair enough.
okay, I understand. The room is not ready for compliments yet.
Mostly just not about that.
Alrighty. Okay. So that's when, now that he's, joined the rest of the freshmen, that's where Jadzia says, okay, it is now time to see what you are all going to be bringing to us. There are 4 trials you must complete today. When you are ready, approach the sophomores. All right, so Canvas, Luke, Amy, Pacifico, feel free to bring yourselves to where you need to be.
Alrighty.
Pacifico will clap his hands twice as he goes towards a director's chair in front of the amphitheater.
Okay.
Canvas goes over to the activity. Was it in the activity center? I think it was.
Yeah, the Student Activity Center, yes.
Yeah, she
Right.
goes over there and puts up a sign for a second and says, please wait. Goes inside and she's gone for about 30 seconds and then comes back out. She's got goggles on when she comes out.
And Amy has placed herself by the bookshelves.
Okay, like the bookshelves in the book garden.
Yeah, roughly around that area.
Alrighty.
Luke has headed down to one of the info desks and is just sitting on it waiting for someone to accost him.
Alright. Okay, so normally this is where I would have MM and Savanto decide where to go. And you will be doing that. We're actually going to be starting with Candace because she's got somewhere she's got to be in a little bit later. So let's knock her test out.
I mean, to be fair, MM probably was gonna go there anyway.
Right,
so it works out.
All right, so just for the sake of argument, you guys go into the student activities room. Feel free to drop yourselves wherever. Alrighty. So when the first years come into the activities room. So normally this is where some of the clubs, like namely the Dragon Chess Club, this is typically where they meet. You walk into this room and you just find that it's filled with half-built constructs, mechanical sculptures, some arcane blueprints scattered around, and some glowing energy conduits. But at the center sits this large-looking engine, and it's just this large humming contraption, and it occasionally sparks with some magical energy. And that is where you see Candace.
Welcome, fresh-faced, hopefully inventors. We'll see. Your job's simple with my test. Keep my brilliant, yet slightly unstable, arcane engine from detonating. Solve the puzzles, fix the relays, whatever you do, don't let it reach critical mass. But don't worry, I've mostly worked out the explosion radius. She kind of like looks at it for a second, and you can hear that it's like ominously humming. All right, well, the doors behind them close properly, and there's a. So, she slams her metal arm into the side of it, and it immediately starts sparking, shaking, and rumbling as she walks over here. First step, figure out what's wrong with it.
I mean, you banged your arm
This
into
is this is limited to things, so people need to make checks and stuff and get to work quickly. Those who don't, well, it's a waste. You kind of need to start making checks. Figure out what's wrong with this thing.
Is the music not playing?
There is no music.
No music.
Damn it, Boogie! I put.
Damn it. Where's my boogie bugle beat?
I think it's because you stopped the music earlier.
Well,
Yeah.
I paused it, yeah. But then I was like, hang on. Yeah, let me update this real quick.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. There we go.
This is perfect.
All right. What do people start doing?
All right. So, okay. So, I know MM and Savanto, you got stuff here. The rest of you guys, yeah, as you know, behind the screen, I have given you guys character sheets for the freshmen. So, all of you, come together and decide what are you going to do.
The main options here, because I do have some DCs and stuff. We've got Arcana, Investigation, Insight, and then you can also offer some to try and figure out, like, Perception might actually do something, and various other checks. But just, you can either pick one of those three, or get creative.
Oh, no. Danny, my poor boy has a 0 in Investigation.
Well,
I
good
think
luck.
what we'll do is we'll have the girl with the fan go to join MM probably at that book, because I'm thinking that the two of us would be good at Arcana, so we could work together on that.
All right, so I'm trying. Yeah.
MM's not particularly good with machines. However, reading magic is much more palatable.
To be clear, these these various different things have a setup. 3 successful checks need to be made to pass through to the next stage.
I see.
Cool.
They can be a collaborative effort.
Cool.
I want my boy over here by this crystal thingy.
Alrighty.
Well, I do not know machines very well, but I know a little bit from home, and I do know magic.
Mm-hmm.
I have such a dumb idea.
What's your dumb idea?
Hey, B.
Hmm.
Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
For Canvas?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Alright, she got a 6.
Now, why don't you just help us put this thing back together? You've been hit with suggestion.
Oh my god!
I mean, I can help, but that's hardly the point. You're
Now,
definitely
you
going to
said-
still help out with me.
Now, you said that putting this thing back together was the use of all of our abilities. Now, why don't you give us a hand?
Alright,
Hold on.
Canvas is going to join in.
You've
yeah,
just been hit
makes
with that
sense.
good old Texan charm.
And
It's like that.
This is
I'm gonna
why I
do it.
love spellcasters.
That's why
I
I'm
will
like,
count that
I
as one of
wonder-
the successes.
Okay. Okay. So it's like, I wonder where this character is from.
It's a mystery.
Alright.
Couldn't Texas? This
Couldn't be
character is from
Minnesota.
Texas.
I heard they're from Minnesota.
Oh no, I'm not from Minnesota.
Alrighty.
My boy's like, oh my.
Okay, MM's gonna read this thing and just try and decipher any of it.
Alright, so there are a couple different checks you can use to try and decipher those notes. You can either try and investigate to pinpoint which components are damaged, or insight to try and go through the design notes and actually figure out what she means.
All right, insight is slightly higher, so we'll do that.
Hold on. What's your insight and investigation? Because we're both on this.
Okay, my investigation is a +5. My insight's a +6.
Okay, I will provide the help action on your insight then.
Okay, cool. Because that first roll was an 8, not counting my boost. That would have been a 14, but you know.
Yeah.
That one is much better. 19.
19,
No.
alright. And that's on investigation or
That's on
And
insight.
insight.
insight? Alright, so you managed to figure some things out from the design notes. You guys, Canvas gives you guys one of the answers because of suggestion. So now one more thing needs to be solved.
I'm at this
there
crystal
was-
thingy over here.
Yes, so you're at the crystal over there. Well, so at the crystal you can try and analyze the unstable magic, probably.
Alright.
Because it seems to be the same type of crystal that you can see around the machine. So if you had this to analyze it, you might be able to check it back and forth and see which parts are wrong. So that's Arcana. Or
No.
I would also say Perception, possibly. Because you're
Alright,
trying to
let's see
spot the
what's-
difference, essentially.
Alright, let's see what's higher. Okay, my Arcana is a bit higher. Alrighty, that is a 17.
17? Alright. We don't have a big enough failure to trigger that, so yeah. You guys identify 3 things. The core matrix seems to be pulsing irregularly and needs to be put back into rhythm. the power relays are sparking, disrupting the energy flow, and the aether conduits are humming somewhat erratically. You know what you need to do now. You need to realign the power relays, recalibrate the core matrix, and contain the aether conduits.
All right.
So,
I will repeat
these
that
require
to our
checks
party.
again.
Oh boy. I'll relay that to the other members.
With a pop of aether into Canvas's face, she kind of waves her hand. All right, second step. We need to actually fix the patchwork machine. So, who wants to do what? She gestures around at the various different parts that you need to fix.
My brain turned into goop for a second. So what are the parts that we were talking about again?
So I'm gonna post this in the chat because
Okay.
it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But this is what you get when you get me having a brainchild at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in general chat. I just posted for the players. I shouldn't have posted that with the DCs. Oh well.
That's okay.
I choose to
Deal with it.
ignore I choose to ignore the DCs.
Also, only paying attention to what the checks are. For recalibrating the core matrix, I'm going to give MM and Savanto the first pick of wanting to do stuff. Actually,
Yeah, that's actually a good frame of thought. Yeah.
Mhm.
So Savanto, MM, what are you guys going to do in this situation?
Okay, so because I'm gonna recalibrate the core matrix because MM's Arcana is really good.
And Samantha
Alright.
has some pretty good sleight of hand, so he'll basically be like, I can do exactly one of those things, and he goes to the power relays.
In fairness, I can also do one of those things.
Well, we already have something
Yes,
in common.
you're also, unless you fail one, you're also not allowed to actually try two different things.
Cool. Let's roll.
So basically, each person is picking a task, and that's the task that they're doing for this phase.
Yeah, that's what they're doing for this turn. If enough people fail and 3 stages of progress aren't made within, like, a turn, quote-unquote, bad things happen. But we'll skip over that. It's fine. So, realigning the power relays. Which check are you making?
I'm making sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand to adjust the fine-tuning.
Does a 26 work?
26, you kind of have to lean your arm in somewhat dangerously close to spinning gears.
Yeah.
But you've got the sleight of hand required to just reach in and slightly tighten certain pieces and realign it all. Recalibrating the core matrix requires an understanding of the fucking magical code that's coursing across some of the screens. So you go over and you, at first, scared shitless. It's electronics. It's not exactly your wheelhouse. But you realize it's all in arcane draconic. It's all magical script. You've got this.
So yeah, he just starts putting his fingers in and he starts fine-tuning it, and he's like, when I take this out, there better still be 5 there.
Alright, and MM, you've got Arcana on the core matrix.
Cool. Hey, so 17 on the die. What's my okay? That's a 25.
Alright, the core matrix has you punch in some things that look like they'd fit into the magical theorem of the spell that seems to be inside this engine. Mm-hmm. And it starts to stop shaking quite as much. Finally, we need someone to contain the aether conduits, either by avoiding the sparking conduits or dealing with the heat as they just push forward and through into fixing it.
Okay, so technically, there's 3 students that get to act here. So we got Kiha, we've got the halfling, and then we've got the other girl. So decide amongst yourselves. Like let's have one of these 3 make this check.
I feel like the halfling girl. I'm leaning towards her.
Maybe him?
Him, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
my
halfling
bad.
guy.
Yeah, halfling.
All right. He's gonna go in there and just try and muscle through it because he got thick constitution.
He's sick.
Yep, that's a 23 total. Because he got a 19 on the dice. So you see the halfling that I know the name of, but not everyone else knows the name of, kind of walk up and just, like, you can see, like, even from where you are, the heat is enough to cause the air to ripple, but they kind of just move up and kind of push through the heat. Little bits of ice kind of covering over their skin to try and help prevent the heat. And yeah, that's the second stage cleared.
All right.
We don't need to do that because they didn't fuck it up.
All right, cool.
So, the final step. All right, final step. Finish the override. It's getting pretty far along. You've got to clean this up now. There is. So, you can see, like, with the engine kind of humming, now less shaky, less random and intense, you can see that it kind of pulls back, and with some grinding metal and some thumping, a keypad kind of sticks itself out the front. The keypad has 5 glowing symbols. The players need to deduce what the correct sequence of these symbols are. So, anyone who wants to try and figure this out needs to make either an Arcana check or an Intelligence check.
Oh God.
Okay, so as usual, MM and Savanto, you guys get priority, and then after them, they'll do Kuhara and the other girl. That'll make this the last check.
So what am I doing? What check am I making?
An Intelligence or Arcana check, figuring out what the order of the arcane symbols are.
Alright, Intelligence or Arcana, they're both the same for me. So as far as I'm concerned, that's another 17 on the die. 25.
Yeah, that makes it. You kind of like, you're just like, all right, I'm on a roll. There is a little bit of sweat on your forehead. You wipe it off. Punch in the three symbols, which is air, fire, and water. And, well, it's aether, fire, and water. And finally, the engine stabilizes with a nice triumphant...
Da, 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 da.
Not bad for first years. I mean, you did almost blow up the lab if you took too much longer, but that's just part of the learning process. I realize I worked too long on this and not on a reward. There were little rewards last time, weren't there?
Yeah, I usually get usually with the you got like small little rewards. Like I think it was like minor little magic items or something, that were
right.
unique to Strixhaven. But so I mean,
I don't know if I have anything unique to Strixhaven, but there is something that Canvas has as a spare.
Okay.
And she goes, right. She goes over to this box over here, starts fumbling through it, and goes, right, okay. Well, I don't know, it's a magic school. You'll probably figure out a use for these. I know I did. And she comes over and hands out scrolls of Detect Magic. It's a first level scroll. That's fine, right?
Alright, so go on ahead and put add the scroll of Detect Magic in your inventories.
Scroll of Detect Magic. I already have Detect Magic.
No,
Yeah, but this
now
doesn't
you have a
cost a
scroll
spell
of it.
slot.
Okay.
Using a scroll uses the scroll instead of a spell slot.
Oh, you have another wizard that you know that doesn't have Detect Magic in their list.
It is true.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go, and I'm gonna go to Canvas, and it's just like, okay, how much of that was done on purpose?
Oh, it was all done on purpose. I'm just glad the wisps didn't come back out this time.
Wait, wisps?
Yes, there's aether wisps that seem to inhabit the machine. If anyone screwed up enough, they were actually going to burst out and start zapping you, but I had it all under control.
Of course you did.
Hmm.
Thank-
Well, good luck on the rest,
Thank you.
and have fun. At least try.
Thank you for your help, ma'am.
It was fun.
Mighty fine machine you made.
That was quite thrilling. Oh dear.
Kind of just nods and goes, all right, well,
Well, somewhat frightening as that was, it turned out fine.
as you pass the side of the machine, you recognize that there is a failsafe inside a locked container. If people had failed that on that last one, you were going to notice it, and it's a Thieves' Tools check to unlock the failsafe button. Anyway,
All right.
something for just a rogue to know.
the Savanto.
It's like, I risked my fingers for nothing.
Convergent's token is slightly larger than everyone else's.
That, you know what?
I have just noticed it is slightly larger, like down and to the right, than everyone else's token.
You know what? Savanto is larger than life. What can we say?
Alrighty, so
And as everyone's leaving, Canvas kind of walks over to the machine and goes, and like leans onto the side of it, and it immediately starts going on the fritz again, and she goes, shit, as the doors close.
Oh,
We
did it
passed. We passed. Just leaves.
Kodo is very quick to leave.
Well, my boy's like, nope,
I'm
nope,
keeping my
nope,
fingers.
nope, 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 nope.
Say, hey everyone, who wants to keep their fingers? Come with me.
I want to keep my entire body, thank you.
All right.
okay, alrighty. So now that so Canvas's test is done. So MM Savanto will let you guys decide. Where do you want to go next? Do you want to go to Luke, Amy, or Pacifico? So you guys decide what you guys decide the next test.
Yeah, we're going to Luke. We're not going to. We're going to Pacifico.
Last I checked, that's not Luke.
Luke. The word. Your name was on my mind. Pacifico was in my vision.
It's okay. I'm still learning names too.
He
Alright.
he looks over, sees the approaching. He just got his feet up in this director's chair with the sunglasses on. And then he looks over and sees you guys. Oh, good.
Let's get
What?
I'll get your music up.
So the thing about magic and using it in combat is that it's about more than just dealing the blows. If I can get everybody to step up on stage, please.
Frame one.
Alrighty. So,
Yeah, you want to be a show off? This is a good time to do it.
alright, so I'll just place I'll place the freshmen sporadically.
Finally, it's something that I'm familiar with.
And then we'll put Kiha here. Okay. Alright, Pacifico. Okay, everybody's situated, so
Light, camera, and oh, I'm sorry, I need your dance partners. He does 2 claps, and I need an art elemental for each of them.
Got it.
And I'm gonna roll that initiative now.
Okay, so.
And I will let you guys know that I have modified their stat blocks slightly, and you will understand how as we go.
All right.
They got a 17 on initiative.
Okay, so I will. Yeah. So. All right. Let me just. All right. So you go on ahead and.
And as we go into initiative, that's what he says. Azione!
Okay. Whoops. Let me. I got it. All right. So. Oh yeah, I gotta clear all this out. Whoop. Where did I go? Yeah, okay, hang on. Move this around. Yes, it's like yes, we are done with the one shot. Okay, so you said 17 with the elementals?
Yes, it was 17.
Alrighty, so let me get everybody's going up, but alright, so as we're going, alright, so yeah, you guys should know what exactly the rules are from before, so Jen, you
Yes.
start.
Alrighty. So, like, oh, so we're battling. Okay.
Sure to put on the show!
Alrighty, what can
You are
my
on
boy
stage
do?
after all.
Alrighty, I guess... Oh my god, he doesn't have a lot of attack power. What can he do? I am going to, cast... Bane.
It's an interesting choice.
On this boy right here in front of me.
Alright,
So I
on
need
the
that
one
charisma?
that's at you.
Yeah. So I need that charisma save, please.
Give me a second, I'm setting up my DM. I'm Flair and I'm setting up my DM screen properly.
I know. It's like, to be fair, I probably should have set this up earlier.
Okay,
Like,
no, I got it.
combat
I
stuff.
just didn't have the Art Elemental mascot on my DM screen. It was I had it open in another window, but it's like, but I just went I should put this on my DM screen. Anyway,
Gotcha.
so what was the saving throw I need again?
Charisma.
Got it. That is an 11. That will most likely fail, I imagine.
That will fail. He is now baned.
Okie dokie. And what's the name of that character? Because I have these marked by name on my stuff.
Okay, so the character that Jen is controlling, his name is Chain.
Got it.
Chain.
Okay, let me, here, I will throw up
I got you.
So, there you go. Okay, so Bane.
Alright.
Alrighty.
It says up to 3 creatures, so would you like to target any further creatures?
Yeah, sure. I will target the one in front of Kiha here,
Okay.
and in front of Savanto.
Tihan and Savanto. Alright.
Kiha's got a 19, so probably saves.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that will
Savanto's
save.
got an 8, so Savanto's is baned.
Okay, so no on Tihan. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
He's like, I hope this will provide some support. And that's all I can do.
Alrighty, so next up in the round will be Kiha.
Who is controlling Kiha?
This should be Realm Wars.
Okay. Hold on, let me just quickly get their sheet up.
Yeah.
All right. So.
And make sure it's the updated sheet.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, the one that actually reflects that she's now a student. and not some hermit in the swamp.
Yep. Yep, it is in fact the updated version.
Okay, cool.
Okay, let's see here. You know what? Kiha can also do some Bane.
More base.
I presume one of your targets is the one that's in front of you, correct?
Yes. So, say this one, and then Kiha's gonna try the one in front of her again.
Alrighty, so roll
I'm
one.
starting.
Okay, so
I'm
roll
starting
one.
with. I'm starting with the one in front of her, because that's the one I just rolled, and that's a 10. So the one in front of her now will be baned.
Yep.
Alrighty. Okay, so then, the one in front of Kiha. Go on ahead and roll for that one.
That is what I did. The one in front of Kiha.
Oh, I thought you rolled for the one in front of the character you're doing.
No. I'm doing the one in front of Kiha first.
Oh,
because
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Then the one in front of Kodo, that fails. That's a 5.
Alrighty. And then the other one, this is the one that Letter is controlling. His name is Merriment.
Okay. That's an 18. I'd imagine that passes.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Merriment is a good name for that character. I love that dude already. By the way. So will that be Kiha's turn?
Depends. I'm trying to see if I have any bonus actions with this character. I don't know if I do. No, it doesn't look like I do, so I think that probably is going to be your turn.
Alrighty, so next up, this would be the character that Beans would be controlling. His name is Gowrick, but I think...
Hey, wait, I just got back.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the guy that you're controlling, Gowrick, so he just hit his turn. That's why I wasn't sure if you were still. I wasn't sure if you were still.
So he's fighting a thing?
Yeah,
I only just got back.
Okay, yeah. He's got the there's an art elemental in front of him.
You guys are fighting art elementals on the stage, and Pacifico is directing the play.
Ah, alright. Well, they're going to rage, I guess.
Alrighty then.
As a snowstorm kicks up around them.
Alrighty.
I need to just remember what Storm Aura actually does. This one is for Tundra, so they gain 3 temporary hit points.
Very good, very good.
And are going to make 2 attacks with their War Pick.
Alrighty.
Roll them tackies.
Reckless attack, because obviously. So, okay, the attack bonus is on in there. So 3 plus 3 is 6. So that is a 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Alright, and I'm just going to do the second attack for the sake of
Yeah.
knowing. That is a 23, so that also hits.
Yeah.
Alright, that is 1d8 plus... It'll be 1d8 plus 3, so 1d8 6. Plugged into too many things, I can't get to all of my dice.
That's okay.
I'm sorry, how much did that hit for?
Haven't done it yet.
Oh, we're still loading? Okay. Got it.
First hit is 12 damage.
That's a spicy meatball.
And the second hit is 14 damage.
Alrighty, so yeah.
14? I will let you know that at the moment it is bloodied. You
Noted.
did very good.
Oh, I was rolling d8 instead of d10s. Because I forgot that it's versatile. Oh well, I rolled good on the d8, so I don't really want to. Now they two-hand it, but they can't make any more attacks, so it's fine.
Alrighty, so that will be the end of Galric's turn.
Yep.
Alrighty, so yeah, okay, so I guess now this will be. I assume this is going to be the Art Elementals all as one.
Yeah, they're gonna all at the same time. So first, so basically each of them are going to attack. Do they get 2 attacks or just 1? I think it's just 1 considering.
Oh, one moment.
Yeah.
I do want to say the Tundra also gives and the one over here. It gives them 3 temporary HP each as well.
Okay, so and the other girl. Okay. Yeah.
Which I presume would be Bettina.
Yes, her name is Bettina. Also controlled by TP. So yeah, TP. Just go on ahead and update both those sheets.
Done.
So, all of them are going to do melee attacks against basically the person that they're in front of. So we're going to start with, I'm just going to go down the line with these. We're going to do Bettina. Bettina, does a 9 hit you? Probably not. I would imagine not.
No.
Okay.
And mind you, Bettina's AC is 11.
Yeah, that's a pretty sad state of affairs. Chain.
Yeah.
I do have to roll the Bane as well. So does a 12 hit Chain?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Next. The one on Galric. A 23 probably hits Galric.
Yeah,
wait,
that
that's
probably
right. It's
hit.
with advantage. Let's see if it's nat 20.
Oh yeah.
It is not.
Yeah, it's with advantage.
Yep. It is not. So you will take 6 fire damage.
6 fire damage. Gadzooks.
Yep. Kiha. Yes, that's definitely counts as What the fuck is going on with this tower? Okay, there we go. Even before I roll Bane, it's a 12. Is there any remote chance of it hitting whatsoever?
Ooh, barely hit, so no.
Yeah, so no, because the Bane will do it. So, Kodo. I think Kodo might get hit. Yeah, because that's a 21 to hit, so that's going to hit Kodo.
Okay.
Which means Kodo will be taking 6 fire damage, unfortunately. Merriment. Does a 24 hit you?
Now, why don't you try that again? As Merriman pulls a coin from his pocket and throws it at the...
You're doing the Ultra Kill coin parry, aka Silvery Barbs.
the Ultra Kill coin parry, Silvery Barbs.
All right. Who are you giving advantage to?
Why himself?
Okay. Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay.
Now that's just ungentlemanly of you.
Does a 23 hit you?
Yes.
All right, that's 6 fire damage for you.
Well, that removes my temp HP immediately.
And Savanto, does a 10 hit you? I would hope not.
Nope.
If a 10 hits you...
Savanta does a perfect split to dodge it.
Yeah. Like, if a 10 hits you, then I'd be like, what are you doing as a rogue, my guy? Like, anyway. Anyway, that's going to be their attacks, so that will end their turn.
Alright, Savanto, you're up. What you be doing?
All right. So I believe for Savanto, so one thing he's going to pull out his he's going to pull out a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to look at the one in front of him, and he's going to go stab, stab, stab.
Do the stab.
All
Do
right.
the Mario. Do the Luigi.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Alrighty.
Now, unless you have some other means of getting your sneak attack, you don't. There's nobody else around him, so you don't have sneak attack on that.
Right. So it's just right now it's just regular like 1d8.
What kind of rogue are you?
I'm an arcane trickster.
Okay, so now, if you're a swashbuckler, you'd be fine.
Yeah, if it was swashbuckler, then yeah.
That's gonna be 9 piercing.
9 piercing, pretty good. Anything else for you? I believe you would still have cunning action and your movement if you did a disengage with it.
I do, but not entirely sure how helpful that would be in this situation right now.
Probably not.
Nah. So you know what? He's gonna do his own exclusive move, cunning action pose.
Roll a performance check.
Hey, that one's actually kind of good. That's a 25 for performance.
Okay, roll a d6.
A D6. That is a 2.
Okay, that's an extra 2 damage to the one on you. Because remember, Pacifico did say to make it a good show.
Yeah, and he certainly is. And he just and as he gets a hit, and he just ends up with a.
Pacifico just nods a little bit. Like that. So yeah, I believe now that's Savanto's turn.
Yes.
Alrighty, Bettina, you are up.
All right. Well, Bettina's gonna look at the thing that tried to, the elemental that tried to hit her, and it's like, I can't move much, and yet you couldn't hit me. You're just such a disgrace. And she casts, she's gonna use her Strixhaven initiate spell, Chaos Bolt.
Ooh, I like Chaos Bolt. Chaos Bolt is
She's
fun.
gonna take one step back, so she's not. So she gets a little bit. So it's not. She's not attacking with disadvantage.
I will say that will trigger an attack of opportunity if you're okay with that.
Let's see you do it again.
Yeah, it's going to take the attack of opportunity. Does a 23 hit you?
Okay, the 23 does hit.
Okay, 6 fire damage, please.
Better. Unfortunately, not enough.
By the way, I believe
And
the DM would be the one who needs to move your token.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and roll that beautiful dice.
Remind me, where are we putting Bettina?
Just 5 feet away.
5 feet away. Okay, just right. I'll just take a step back.
Yeah. Pacifico will say, "Be careful of the edge of the stage."
She noticed. You don't need to remind me.
So anyway, you're rolling an attack.
Yeah. Okay. Spell attack bonus. How does the dirty 20 sound?
Dirty 20 will frickin' do it. Go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage for me, please.
I believe that's 2d8 plus 1d6. Is that correct?
Yes, I believe so.
All right. Cool. Make sure I get out the d8. 1, 2, 3. That's the d10. D4. Do I have okay? D4. This is the D8. I confused one of the D. Okay. 3, 6. That's 9 total. 14. Unless there's anything else to this. Choose one of the D8s.
Yeah, you have to choose what kind of damage to deal to it. So,
Okay,
what
so
were
I
your
can
two
choose
D8s
fire
again?
or... Okay, I rolled a 3 and a 6. So she's going to deal poison damage.
I'm afraid that art elemental mascots are immune to poison damage. And I'm going to let you know that that was actually an incredibly bad roll, because even if you had picked fire, it would have been resistant to it.
Okay, so
My
will that...
word.
Alright, so will that be Bettina's turn?
Well, I don't believe any of her other spells, any of her actual spells are bonus actions. So, no, that'll be her turn.
Alrighty, so next up is Kodo.
Okay, what Kodo is going to do is going to have the fan, and is going to use a bonus action to cast Branding Smite at level 3.
Fuck!
And then Kodo is going to use the fan to go ahead and attack the one in front of her. See. 14 plus 6. That's a dirty 20. That definitely hits. So now the damage will be 46 plus 3 for the dex. And some of this is radiant, which is fun. So that'll be 20 damage. Onto her assailant. And we're just gonna ride the wave on that one. That's gonna be it.
Alrighty, so next will be MM.
MM is going to waste no time. She's going to strike back at the art elemental with inflict wounds. She's going to use her once per day thing to do. There's a 19 hit.
A 19 does hit. Roll your damage, please.
All right, that's 3d10. 6, 9, 7. 22 necrotic damage.
22 necrotic is very, very good. Anything else for you on this one?
No, that'll be all.
Next up will be Mary.
Merriman, true gentleman that he is, was struck, had someone attempt to strike him before he was ready for the fight. How rude. Now that just won't stand. So, Merriman is equipped with a shield and a whip. So, he takes a second and just gauges the situation. And he's going to position himself opposite Savanto's
Opposite Savanto's guy.
Yeah, opposite Savanto's.
That will provoke an attack of opportunity from the one on Kiha.
It will.
16.
You barely hit.
6 fire damage, please. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
No. This
It's
is a
3 fire
tiefling.
damage because you're a tiefling. Yeah. I'm just saying it's 6 because that's the raw amount.
So he moves into position and just gives a tip of the hat to Savanto before striking at his dance partner.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Okay, we start with a 19 to hit.
Did you roll with advantage because you gave yourself
Yes.
advantage with that silvery bar?
Yes, I did.
Okay. A 19 most certainly hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
That is 5 slashing.
Mhm.
And then he strikes again with a 24 to hit.
That will hit. Roll that dabblage.
For 7 slashing damage.
Hmm?
Then he performs a fucking heel turn. He's burning his action surge to strike at Savanto's dance partner.
Jeez.
You're rolling at advantage or +2 for flanking.
We'll go with a +2.
Okay. That is a dirty 20 to hit. No, that's 22 actually.
That will hit. Roll damage.
For a total of 5 slashing.
Mm-hmm.
And 17 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
For 7 slashing damage.
Okie day.
That will be his turn.
Alrighty. So we are back at top of the round.
Alrighty. Okay, that's not gonna do that. I'm gonna try and cast. Okay. Alrighty. Unfortunately, my boy doesn't really have a lot of attacks. So, what Chain is going to do is he's going to take his quarterstaff, do like a little twirl with it, and then smack this guy in the head with it.
Alright, roll for smack.
Alrighty, so that's a dex, I believe.
Actually,
wait.
If he's a monk, it's dex.
Alright, he's not a monk, he's a bard.
So no, quarterstaff would not be dex then.
Alrighty. Okay. I'm just gonna roll anyway. Will a 19 hit?
It will. Roll dabblage.
Alrighty. 1d8 of bonk damage,
1d8 plus whatever your strength modifier is.
which is a 0.
So 1d8.
Well, he got a 7.
Dabblage is dabblage is dabblage.
Alright, now before I end my turn, may I pass out 2 Bardic Inspirations?
You can pass out a Bardic Inspiration because a bonus act, unless you have something that lets you pass out multiple.
I don't think he does. Well, I mean, just one won't hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, Savanto, take a Bardic Inspiration.
Hey.
Alright, I will make a note on here for...
I love how sleazy Merriman is and how gentlemanly I've made him.
My poor boy's like,
There you go. There,
I
thank
don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of combat spells. Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Now, and that will make it Kiha's turn next.
Okay, so, I think Kiha wants to put some people to sleep.
Really?
Yes. My dice fell all over the place.
Oh no.
Okay. So, with 5d8, we have... we got 18.
18. Kiha, the one on chain. And the one on merriment. That's. And what's the radius on?
The radius is 20 feet.
20 feet. Okay, let me. Because I know who will get got with an 18. I'm not sure if you reach them, though. It doesn't look like you do.
20 feet what?
Oh,
It's a 20-foot.
creature, it affects a creature within 20 feet of a point you choose within the range of an effective in ascending order.
Where are you selecting your starting point?
Let's see, I gotta say right here?
Like, at this position?
Yeah.
Alright, so that hits, yeah, the one in front of Savanto, Merriment, and MM, Kodo, and Kihaz were kind of on the edge. Like, do they fall in? Yeah, Kodo's definitely does, but does MM and Kihaz, does that fall into the range? Because they're kind of on the edge.
I, as magical minister, would say no.
Okay.
Typically, I say a creature must at least be half covered, like their space must be half covered,
Okay.
and their spaces aren't exactly half covered.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no on that too.
Okay.
And I will say, unfortunately, I will let you know this. If it had hit MMs, it would have put somebody to sleep.
Damn.
But as it stands, it does not.
Well, dang.
Or wait. The one in front of Savanto, though, right?
Yeah, that's definitely in range. It's directly below the casting location.
Oh, in that case, yeah, the one in front of Savanto does get put to sleep.
Alrighty.
Guy's been banned and put to
Yeah,
sleep. Poor guy.
Put that in there. Okay.
I sure do love spells with no save. Sleep is such a good spell. If any of you tuned in for Rags' games, you'll know why.
Yes.
Pacifico rolls his eyes. It's like, that is such a boring way to knock out the butt. You're fine. As long as you don't make it a habit in this.
The fight's not over yet, sir.
Kiha's just like, I mean, you play Wayne, then play lame, win game.
So only that guy affected by the sleep, or the other two?
Yeah, I think it's
only
him.
that guy is. Only him.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
And
Alrighty.
yep, and that's all Kiha is able to do.
Alrighty, Galric, you're up.
Alright, Galric is going to go in for a hit against this one. Oh, wait, no. At the start of their turn, because they can... Is it at the start or end of their turn? Hold up. Brain. Help. Let's go down here. Again, on each of your turns as a bonus action. Yeah, so bonus action, they trace the war pick across the ground as they look like they're about to jump up in the air. But as they leap up into the air, the ice that they leave on the ground splashes out into a snowflake for a brief second, and MM gets temporary hit points restored. The 3 temporary hit points show back up. And then they are going to slam down with the war pick.
Okay,
Two-handing it this time.
Yeah, roll the first attack, please.
Reckless. Halfling luck. Natural 20.
Okay. Roll the damage on this first attack first.
Yep.
Because it's going to matter.
Okay, so that is... So that's 24 damage.
24 damage. Okay. So I'm going to just fully explain this mechanic. These had something when they die, and that's the potential for them to resurrect, for them to basically just come back with 1 HP left.
Yeah.
And that would require a performance check. I'll let you guys know that the default DC on that performance check was 25. However, it gets reduced based on the amount of damage the lethal strike did. So the DC is 1. So Galric cannot fail this performance check.
Garrick's still gonna... No, they can fail it. Thank you very much. Garrick is not much of a dancer.
Do you have a negative
-1?
to...
Do you have negative to your performance check?
Yeah, poor Garrick has a charisma of 9. Anyway, I got a 17 on the dice, so it's fine.
Okay. As long as you didn't roll it... Yeah, as long it would take abysmal luck. So, yes, DM Galric's art elemental mascot is eliminated.
Alright.
And Garrick is going to turn on their heel as they kind of slam down and wrench the war pick along the ground, skipping across the ice, and swipe it into the side of them.
Move up one
MM
spot.
feels a
This isn't
cold
Pathfinder.
breeze. Huh?
Move up one spot. This isn't Pathfinder.
I
No,
can't
you
control
can
them.
diagonally.
Please move them up one spot.
Oh, to get flanking, yeah. To get flanking.
Yeah, you can't split up your actions in Pathfinder. And you also can't attack more than once without making it so you can't move properly.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the DM could move Garrick up one spot, they are going to try and hit the other one.
Alright.
Alright, that is... Well, I've got advantage. That's 2 18s. So an 18 plus 6, 24 to hit.
That will hit. Roll damage, please.
8 plus 7, 15.
I need you to make a performance check.
Yeehaw. That is an 18 total.
DM, remove MM's art elemental mascot.
Like, hot damn,
MM, you
hot
are
damn,
sufficiently cold because as they do that, you can notice the longer they're in their rage, the more cold the area around them seems to be, and there is even little bits of snowflakes kind of falling down from the roof.
See? That's the type of shit I was looking for. To work, darling. Keep going.
They give a big kind of friendly grin and then turn to this elemental. But oh no, they can probably move into melee with it because 5e movement.
5e movement, yeah.
5e movement.
So,
1. You could put You could put yourself behind them.
Nah,
You want to
they're not. They're not. I don't think they would. I think they're just gonna go to there and get ready. And that's their turn.
Alright.
Now
so,
I've got to officially disappear.
Okay.
All right.
Fair dues.
Yeah.
Bye. I
It is
might be
time-
back later.
Alright, no problem.
It is time for another much smaller art attack.
God, I miss Art Attack.
Bettina.
Is that just an Aussie thing?
No, I've heard of it. I actually was making that reference on purpose. I think it
Okay.
might just be an Aussie thing, but I've heard of it. Bettina, does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
All right, 6 fire damage for Bettina. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
This is my character to get the most
Chain.
luck, most unluck.
Oh boy.
Chain, does an 8 hit you?
No, it does
Oh, wait.
not.
And I forgot to do Bane anyway, so it definitely doesn't hit you. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Chain just does a little twist in the air, holding his step.
Kiha, does a 19 hit you? And
Yeah.
I did include Bane on that.
Yes, it does.
All right, 6 fire damage, please. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
This is why we go to Target.
Actually, Merriment, the one on you can do a little bit better than what it's doing right now. Can we move the one that's on the one that's right below Merriment up one so it's flanking with the or no, the other one's asleep. Never
The
mind,
other
so it
one's
doesn't matter.
asleep, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, either way, does a dirty 20 hit you, Merriment?
Yes.
Is there a butt?
No.
Okay. 6 fire.
In case you
3
didn't notice the multi-attack, he isn't a caster.
3 fire damage. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
The multi-attack, the action surge, this is a fighter.
He could have spell slots. And Savanto, you don't get attacked because the one that's on you is asleep.
Thank you,
Just
Kiha.
wait till you see. Just wait till you see what he can do.
So, Savanto's just gonna see the one who is asleep and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna get a different dead spot now, and he's just gonna back up one space, and he's gonna start using a rapier on this one.
Fair dues. You do have flanking with Kodo.
It's
So go ahead and roll that beautiful bean footage.
Oh boy. Ooh, that is a dirty 20.
That will hit. Roll your damage with sneak attack.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh. All right. Oh, hold on. That's I gotta get on. Yeah, I gotta get on Savanto's sheet here.
That I did design this knowing that Savanto would have a somewhat big advantage at the stuff going on with this particular one.
17 piercing.
Well, it is possible for you to fail, so I will have you roll a performance check, please.
Alrighty. Right. So,
What is that noise?
I don't know if he's going to, because that's going to be a natural 20 for 27.
Look, what are you doing?
DM, remove Kodo's Arch Elemental from combat, please.
What do you mean, what am I doing?
I was like hearing some weird sound.
You shouldn't be hearing my fucking keyboard.
Ah.
And then then as Savanto finishes off, he just gives a bow for his performance. And that's gonna be his turn.
You bow at curtain call, not at the end of Act 2.
I mean, it's his curtain call.
Are you telling the director when curtain call is? Are you really doing that?
Safonto actually scribbled out his name for director, wrote his instead.
Anyway, that should be the end of Savanto's turn.
It
which
is.
I believe means it's Bettina's turn. Or Bettina's.
Betty.
Okay. Bettina is not particularly pleased that she's not been able to deal any damage to this to this elemental, and decides to you know what? She decides to just Ray of Frost. So I'm gonna make another d20. Okay, plus her thing, that's a 22. No, that's a 20.
That
30,
will hit. Roll your damage. It is also resistant to cold damage.
Okay. So it's 1d8. 2d8. 2. Okay, that's 5.
5. We're going to round up on that, so it will get halved to 3.
Okay, well, it is pushed 10. It would be pushed 10 feet back because of Ray of Frost.
Well, the thing is, there's no barrier stopping it from being put. Does Ray of Frost push?
No, it doesn't. It reduces movement.
Yeah, it
Oh,
reduces movement. That's yeah.
Oh, okay. I misread that. I don't know why I was thinking push. I think this is more difficult than I thought.
It seems like while you're here, you may want to consider a little bit more variety in your attack patterns. Anyway, will that be Bettina's turn? I don't know why I keep saying Bettine.
Yes, that'll be Bettina's turn.
Alrighty, so next will be Kodo.
Most of the thing is, like, most of her stuff, like most of her like offensive stuff, is are like things that would either hurt other people or deal elemental damage. Elemental damage that ends up being resisted.
Well, in this case, it winds up being resisted. In the case of this, the types of elemental damage that you happen to do this time. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily just all elemental damage bad.
I know.
Can we get
Well, it's
Kodo
all
to
the elemental damage that I've been able to deal. You know?
Can we get Kodo to move?
as her.
Can we get Kodo to move on the other side of Merriment, please?
Gotcha.
Actually, before I dedicate to Branding Smite, I need to remind myself what... Okay, I see. We're gonna get a Hexblade's Curse. Onto Merriment's friend. And then we're going attacking with Kodo. The first one will hit. For sure, I'm gonna wait to roll damage until I roll both, because only the... And the second one will hit. Okay. So the first one I'll roll... Tell you what, one of these will be a different colored die so that I know which one is the lethal one, if it matters. Nine plus 12 is 21. So no, it's not lethal, but it's very close. It's on shaky legs. That will be all.
Alrighty. Yeah, ma'am.
Sees that MM's gonna go over and deal with this one.
Okay.
She is going to simply. She's going. Okay, what do I have as a? All right. All right. Do I have to make a roll on this one? It does not look like I have to make a roll. I could just cast Hex. So yeah, this one. So this one is getting a hit. Anytime it gets hit, 1d6 necrotic damage.
Yeah, you and Kodo are definitely going to be best friends throughout the year.
And guess what? Hex is a bonus action. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack it with psychic attack. Make an intelligence saving throw.
This is a cantrip, correct?
This is a cantrip. Yes.
Okie dokie. I don't think it passes. I'm not even going to tell you what the... Actually, it is a dirty 1.
Alright, that's 2d6 damage. First roll is a 6. Second roll is a 2. That's 8 damage. Plus an extra, I believe, 1d6 from Hex. That's 5. So 8 psychic damage and 5 necrotic damage for a total of 13.
And none of that is resisted.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Merriment.
Now, Merriman pulls out just from inside his coat, a bottle of whiskey, and just takes a swig. Now, you ain't even worth pouring one out for when you're gone. I need you to make a save for me.
What kind of save?
I need you to make a wisdom save.
I presume this is on the one that's on you?
Yeah.
That's a 16.
Okay, it makes the save. For now, that's his turn.
So
As
maybe
he's
I
now
just
back at full health and is holding a bottle of whiskey.
Alrighty.
Oh,
Okay, so top of the round.
alright. Once again, gonna pass out one bardic inspiration to... Let's go Kodo.
Okay.
And once again, because I have no attack, I mean, I have Vampiric Touch, but I don't know if that will work.
I mean, they've taken full damage from necrotic, so it will.
Yeah, it would.
All right, let's go. This is the first time I'm actually using it. Let's go Vampire Touch.
All right.
Fucking hell. All right, so what?
You need
All
to
right,
roll
so
a
it's a-
melee attack.
Melee spell attack.
Yep.
Alright. Will a 19 hit?
Yes, it will.
Alrighty, so he will take 3d6 of necrotic damage. Good thing I have
Damage is damage is damage is damage.
Alrighty. Okay. 5, 6, 5. So
16.
16 damage.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Alrighty, that will do it for me then.
Alrighty.
Okay, Kiha.
Alright, so, seeing as most of the problems are over here, I think I'm going to have Kiha use a channel divinity for Invocation of Night. She radiates mundane or magical light within 30 feet of you to be extinguished. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet must make a Constitution saving throw.
The first one I'm doing, I'm going basically in order, as it were. So the one on chain got it's a con save. Got an 18.
Yep, that's a pass.
The one on you got a 16.
That is also a pass.
The one on Merriment got a 3.
That is a fail.
And those would be all the enemies within 30 feet.
Okay, so the one that failed, they are now. So the one who failed is now blinded.
I'm gonna pull up blinded. So
Yep. They're gonna be blinded for. Yeah, they're gonna be blinded for 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
for 3 rounds, okay. If they last that long.
Yep.
Attack rolls against it have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Oh no. That's bad for it. I don't think it's gonna last 3 rounds, fam. I don't know about that.
All right, and then afterwards, I believe she's now going to go for her. Going to use. I did find a bonus action. She's going to use her spirit totem to summon a hawk spirit.
Okay.
The hawk spirit. So yeah, with its keen sight, when a creature makes an attack roll against a target in the spirit or its aura, you can use a reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. In addition, you and your allies had advantage on wisdom perception checks while within the aura.
And what's the radius on the hawk spirit?
Let me go back and check. Uh, 30-foot radius.
Okay. Got it.
Yep. And,
Anything else for you today?
Yep. I'm just gonna put the hawk right here.
Okay. We have a barbarian next, who
Yep.
was being controlled by beans.
Yep, that's okay. I can take over. So yeah, we'll just do reckless attack on the guy that's right in front of him. Grab my dice. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. Does 17 hit?
Yes, 17 does hit. Roll the damage on that attack first, because again, the actual lethal instance of damage does matter.
Alrighty. Let me grab D8 because he's gonna do this with the war pick.
Mhm.
Alright, so
And don't forget to add your strength and your rage damage bonus.
Right, which I believe. Okay, so yeah, yes, it should be +6, so that should be 13 damage on that hit.
Okay. And now roll the second attack.
Alrighty. Okay. Second attack to hit or damage?
To hit.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, that would be... Does 15 hit?
Yes, it does. Roll
Alright.
damage.
Let's do that again. Alright, so that will be 7 damage.
7 damage. Well, now what I need him to do is to make a performance check for me.
Performance, okay. Alright, so 15.
15. Unfortunately, because the damage. Wait, on the 7 damage that you did you include the strength and the rage damage bonus?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it was just a low roll. Well, unfortunately, that's not enough. This thing is still up at 1 HP.
Alright then. Alrighty, so let's see. So yep.
It's
so
only
I-
because the damage. It's probably mostly because the damage was low on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so in that case, I believe that's his turn, because let's see. Yes, that will be his turn.
All right, we are.
Yeah, now it's the art elementals.
We're making attacks very simple. The one that technically should be at Patina is going to attack you because you're in melee.
Uh-huh.
A 21 to hit should hit, so
Yes, it does.
6 fire damage. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Alright.
Chain.
Oh boy, Mr. Krabs.
22. Does that hit you?
That hits. However, I have a reaction.
Okay.
I have absorb elements.
Absorb elements. I believe that makes you resistant to the damage and will add it to your next melee attack.
Yes.
All right. So take 3 fire damage. Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Ouchies. Ow! Oh, hot, 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 hot.
Kee-haw! Does an 11 hit you? Boy, I sure hope not.
No, it doesn't.
I even forgot to do Bane on that one. Merriment, you have a blind enemy. Unfortunately, that doesn't help. That only helps so much when they roll good. Does a 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
That will be 3 fire damage. Thank you for shopping at Walmart. And Savanto, it's your turn.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna take it. This one is still EP.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a bonk this one.
Oh, all melee attacks against a sleeping target have advantage.
That is true. You know what? I think I will bonk the sleeping one. Savanto's gonna be rude.
Bonk the
Instead of hitting them and saying, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, it's wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Oh yeah,
No, it
yeah,
will wake up. It will wake up from you attacking.
Yeah, I know that.
But will it survive because it's got the attack has advantage? It's also a sneak attack.
Yep. So go ahead and roll with advantage to hit.
That is another dirty 20.
That will hit. Roll your sneak attack damage.
I think I shall. That's going to be 13 piercing.
And now I need you to make what should be for you a very easy performance check.
All right. Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
So that's gonna be a 22.
DM, I need you to remove Savanto's Arch Elemental from combat.
All right.
Will there be anything else, Mr. Cabana?
No, I believe that is it.
All right. In which case, Bettina. You have an Arch Elemental that you just saw go into take 2.
You have side flank too going on too.
What?
You have horizontal flanking going on there too.
There's no flanking going on right there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay.
TP, are you muted? Nope, doesn't look like it.
Oh no, they took TP.
oh no. TP!
Yes.
It is Bettina's turn.
Okay, Bettina is going to take out her quarterstaff. You want versatility? All right. I'm gonna go to her sheet again. Okay, let me see if there's any quick bonus actions I can do. All right. All right. She's gonna inflict. She's going to cast on herself Kinetic Jaunt, which I believe gives her 10 more speed. I don't provoke any more attacks of opportunity. And she's first off going to go and expend 5 feet movement of feet to hit the one that's been attacking her.
Okay.
So I believe, yeah, that'll be 1 d20, a flat d20, right?
It's a d20 plus the appropriate modifier for the attack you are swinging with. It's the quarterstaff,
Yes.
so strength
Yeah.
plus proficiency bonus.
Strength plus proficiency. Okay, so that's a total of 2 because my strength is a -1.
Okay.
That doesn't matter. Natural 20.
Double your dice on that. And unfortunately, you still put your strength modifier on it, so it'll be -1 to the damage, but hopefully.
All right. All right. So that would be a total of 6 damage. I guess the first one I rolled was a 1. She's then going to.
Hold on. Before that, I need you to make a performance check.
What the fuck? That's another nat 20.
That is exactly what you needed. Because the DC was going to be 19. I need Bettina's... Bettina's goes.
Womp.
Excellent dramatic timing. Clap, 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 clap.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I can only hear him. Your Pacifico voice has devolved.
Okay, let's see.
You can only hear who.
Oh, fuck. Vranhausen. Your Pacifico voice has devolved to Vranhausen.
Alright, she's going to... Now she has to expend... Now she has to weigh her... make sure her movement options don't leave her 10 feet. Leave her next to somebody else. So she's going to expend 30 feet of movement to move right here. No, that's not next to anyone, right? Right here, where MM currently is.
Okay, you want so put Betty there?
Yes,
Okay.
That should be not next to anybody else.
that is not. Next to
You
anybody
are
else.
reading the spell wrong.
Oh,
It's if you land inside someone at the end of your turn.
well, this isn't. This isn't next. To,
It
this
still
is
it still does what it wants it
28.
to do. So
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like this makes sure that the further like this way it still works out that way, you know? So that would be Bettina's turn.
Alrighty, so Kodo.
Now, sir,
Thing.
I can handle this one if you would like to help one of the two fine people
Kodo is
over
a
there.
woman.
Now, ma'am, sorry. My brain forgot who was over there because I can't see the fucking token.
Yeah,
The symbol is in the way.
Yeah.
I was thinking something very similar. So Kodo will move to flank with Kiha. The blinded one still gets a reaction.
They get to try an attack of opportunity with disadvantage.
15 to hit is not going to hit Kodo though. And because we're dealing with the other one that's at full, we're gonna do our other branding smite.
Don't forget you're within the eagle's range, so you have advantage.
Yeah, that's all the better reason to do the branding smite, actually. Because crit fishing with smite is fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Unfortunately, it's not as fun when both of the dice say 4.
Oh.
Ooh.
Not even with Bardic Inspiration?
Well, let me see. Actually, with Bardic Inspiration, it definitely will hit.
Okay,
And I know that because I know exactly what the AC is, because it's a +6 to hit, even before flanking, actually. It's a +6, so it's 10 to hit, then even though... Okay, anyway. Alright, fixed it. So now we get to roll 4d6 plus 3. That's going to be 21 damage. Which is enough to bring it fairly low, because we know that that one is, like, super high health, so bringing that health down makes it easier to do lethal damage a bunch of times to it. And that will end my endo time.
Alrighty. Yum yum.
That's me. Alright. So the one I was attacking before is no longer there. The one that was attacking me is no longer there.
Yeah, one that's blind, one that's being flanked, and then there's me.
The rest of them are banged.
Yeah, blind, banged. It's like, yeah, they ain't doing too hot.
All right. MM is going to. Yeah, I'll do this. Okay. Range of 20 feet of a point I choose. So let me. How do I make a circle?
Ventricle?
Yeah. Let's put it right. Not that. Let me. How do I delete that one?
Oh,
Is this the space you wanted it to start in?
Yes. I need to find out how to erase a thing real quick.
All right, I will say consistent rulings that the only enemy that would hit is the one that is.
Can we
that
move
is
it up
on
10?
chain.
Can we move it up one square then? There we go.
That would get all three of them. Yep.
Cool. I'm casting sleep.
Okay. I need to know how much HP Chain is at, because that might matter.
Chain is currently, let's see, he took, I think, he's at 25 HP.
Okay,
so it definitely won't affect him.
That one leaped out, but I can still count it. 28.
28.
Okay, so let's start with the the lowest.
No, you don't get to choose which one you start with.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is-
it's starting with the creature that has the lowest current HP point.
Yes. So the one on Merriment and the one on Chain are the two that get put to sleep.
Blind and asleep.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So that double advantage doesn't exist.
Well, it does. You just have to have Elven accuracy.
That's true.
Yeah.
I hope that suffices. And
that will
that'll
most
be
likely
MM's turn.
Okay. Alrighty then. In that case, Merriman.
So I actually got this turn ready in advance. I am not sorry to tell you, Vern. I already knew I was rolling with advantage because it was blind. I rolled with advantage on both my attacks. They are both natural 20s.
You know what? Close enough. Welcome back, Bear.
Hang on. Roll the damage on the first attack first.
No.
No.
I mean, no.
I'll tell you what I mean, no. So, Merriment looks this thing up and down as it is put to sleep, and with the bottle of whiskey, he breaks it over the thing's face. I deal max damage.
Hey, tell me what max damage is.
Max damage is 13, I want to say. It is indeed not. It is 11.
Okay.
11 bludgeoning.
I need you to make a performance check.
That is a 17.
DM, I need merriment. I need merriments removed.
Alright.
So now
let's see.
you have the other attack still. That's also that you. Well, actually, the only way it's still a crit is
if I move there.
technically you're moving off the stage doing that.
Oh, I can shift the spot to here.
Yeah.
Let me just get rid of that. So Merriment moves over
And Pacifico
Move
will
over
yell
to-
at you. And Pacifico will yell at you for going off the stage, because that's not the point.
Now, I thought you wanted a show, sir. And then he breaks the shattered bottle over this thing's face as well, dealing 11 slashing damage and completely destroying his bottle.
Oh, God.
That one does survive 11 damage.
He is also no longer asleep because I just
He is no
I just
longer
break
asleep. You are correct.
That is a rude awakening.
rude
It's like-
awakening, shards of glass all through the paint now.
And I said earlier, the show stays on the stage, sir.
Now, what's a show without a bit of audience participation? Hmm?
Oh my God.
I'm not sure the participation would appreciate the dying part.
Well, that wouldn't let any students die here.
Roll-
Last time they
roll me
did.
You know what? Real quick, roll me a persuasion check to see if Pacifico likes the cut of your jib.
Have you know, he's very good. This sleazeball is a smooth talker. 25.
That's like
Yeah,
going to school.
Pacifico is like, you heard me, but he does have like kind of a smirk on his face when he says it.
That's what I thought, sir.
Safato then starts thinking, I wonder if that also means we could get the director.
Oh my. Che just kind of like face palms. Just shakes his head.
If that means we can also what the director?
If we could get the director in this.
Unfortunately, I don't have any more casts of suggestions. If I did, he immediately would have tried it.
Trying to get Pacifico to attack would be great.
Now, why don't you help us up here, sir?
Cass is filed again.
Unfortunately, he can only do that once a day,
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
along with literally all of his spells except for his cantrips.
Speaking of what he can do, I believe there's
That's
nothing
his
else
turn.
in his turn he can do. Yeah.
That's his turn. What you just witnessed was a Stowfloor thing. They can break improvised weapons using a bonus action
I love it.
to deal max damage.
Hello.
Chain. I would sure hope a bard can finish this.
Well, I only have one attacking move, so let us pray.
That sounds like a nat 20.
That is a nat 20 on Vampiric Touch.
Double your
Natural-
dice, please.
Natural 20 on a vampiric touch. It feels so good, doesn't it?
Yes. So that's what, 66?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, hang on. I need one more. I need
It
one more.
become targeted fireball. Except with necrotic damage.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 4.
Did you literally just roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Literally.
Okay, so that's 21 damage. It is technically possible for you to fail, so I need you to make a performance check.
Oh,
I
boy,
don't think you're a bard. I don't
Okay.
think you will.
What's the required check this time?
It's
so-
It's a DC 4 performance check.
It's impossible to fail.
Yep. Give me a second. I need to. Okay,
You have
16
a plus
plus 7. 16 plus 7?
23.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, 24.
I think that might pass. Maybe. Who knows? I need you to remove I need that. I need that boy gone.
Thank you for shopping
Thank
at
you.
Walmart.
Oh, thank you for the help. Oh,
No problem, sir. Anything for a fellow student.
it is quite an honor. All right. I still have one bardic inspiration left. You know what? Screw it. Kiha, take it. You're next on the list.
Alrighty. Alright, so you got that?
Yep. So, seeing as there's only one option left, Kiha is going to use a chill touch.
Chill touch, which deals necrotic damage and not cold damage.
Indeed. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. So, how does a 17 hit?
I have to tell you, you are making this with a disadvantage as you are within 5 feet of your target.
Ah, fair enough.
You could just move back and not be at disadvantage.
It's still going to be 17 because I rolled on because that was my disadvantage.
Okay.
It does hit roll dabblage.
Yeah.
2d8.
All right. Ooh. So, take that 22.
22. Oh, it's 2d10. 2d8 or 2d10? Hold on. $22 damage on 2d8?
It's because, the +7, spell attack bonus.
You don't add that to damage.
Oh, okay. Then, okay, yeah, then, that's gonna be a, that's gonna be a 15.
I need you to make a performance check.
Alright.
And you do have a bardic inspiration.
It's true. Let's see. For performance, that is going to be a 15.
How do you want to do this?
Yay!
Finally!
I think what Kiha's gonna do is that she's going to use the chill touch and basically just grab the thing's face, and it's just going to keep it's just gonna keep taking necrotic damage until it shatters.
Alright.
And as it does shatter, Pacifico says, "Tatlio!"
Woo! Oh dear, that was intense. Oh, I'm a painter, not a fighter.
And now Savanto takes his bow.
And excellent work. And he goes passing around jackets of billowing.
Oh,
Jackets of billowing?
Yes.
How you spell it?
I hope you know how to spell jacket. But
I know how to spell jacket.
Billowing.
Ah, cool. So I got it first try.
How?
ING, direct.
It is like a cloak of billowing, except it is a jacket.
I surmised that.
Okay, so it says while wearing the jacket, you can use a bonus action to make it billow dramatically.
So it's just something for flair, right?
It's perfect for me.
The cool guys don't look at explosions.
Hang on, I think, yeah.
And he gives and he has different colors to give you guys different colors too. So,
do you have one that's similar to Merriman's vibe? Because I feel like he would absolutely fucking love this.
Like I would have meant, like I guess.
it is safe to assume, yes, there is one suitable to the vibe. I would imagine that if he's arranging this ahead of time with like the staff, they probably know who's coming and probably had the appropriate colors ready.
From now on, the cloak, his jacket is consistently billowing.
Just always.
You can see a tumbleweed roll by. Where did it come from?
And Pacifico has been taking notes this whole time while watching you fight as well, by the way.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've been taking notes,
Alrighty. So
you would have noticed on Merriman's face when he broke the bottle for the first time, that calm and confident smile was briefly replaced with contentment. Contemptment.
Oh yeah, Pacifico, considering the nature of who he is as a person, would definitely have noticed that. Like, and the whole thing with his backstory, he definitely would have noticed that.
A brief personality shift as he broke the bottle.
A personality shift in mid-combat? Yeah, Pacifico would definitely notice that, whether it was taking notes or not.
Alright, so now we got two trials down, 2 to go. So, alright, Savanto? Alright, where shall you take the group?
I think I'll let you pick.
All right. Honestly, based off of everything, Luke's is typically the most, I'd say, creative. So we'll save his for last.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, so we're gonna make our way over to Amy. Okay. Let me get the music real quick.
Oh, hey, Emma. How are you doing?
She just kind of shrugs.
I hope I hope the couch I got for you wasn't, too small for you or anything.
It wasn't.
All right.
Hey, you was the one making funny faces at me earlier. Then again, everyone was.
I wasn't making funny faces at you.
I think you totally were.
Oh, you absolutely were, ma'am. Sorry for the disrespect. But I could see your face from where I was, and those were some mighty foul expressions you made.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Don't mind.
No. Let's behave. Anyway,
Oh.
welcome to my little trial. So, I've hidden something around this particular area. I am going to give you a little riddle. Your rewards are in a place that is tranquil and serene, but locked away in boxes, it seems. Read the room that is green.
I don't know if I want to make the joke.
Do it.
Savanto,
You're going to be the class clown.
Savanto hears the riddle. He looks down at his pants.
Now, what are you looking at, sir? We are in public.
I'm pretty sure it's not
I'm
buck. I'm pretty sure
also-
it's not buck shaped.
Pardon?
Excuse me.
Oh my fucking god.
So that
Bettina's
was
like,
I would say that was inappropriate, but considering who we're talking about, it was probably very appropriate.
Yeah, it's like
I actually don't
Comparatively,
get
I
it.
mean.
Galric will actually approach Amy and he's just like, I just want to apologize for our behavior.
It's fine. It's not
Savant's
the
like,
same.
no, I don't.
I mostly want to apologize for his. Specifically.
It's fine as long as it's harmless.
Well, yeah, I can't hold a
Anyway.
rapier.
Anyway, feel free to find the things.
You're a few bottles short of a wall of whiskey, ain't you? Make a wisdom save, Savanto.
It's like, well, joke's on you. I'm not a drinker. And, it's... that is a 21.
Okay, you make the save.
Koto is just going to roll her eyes, and I think her first idea is going to the book garden.
Yeah, so the area that Amy was talking about, it is the book gardens.
Yeah.
Alright. In the book garden, you all will see 4 boxes with locks on them. But it's not ordinary locks. They have letters on them. Alrighty.
Okay, Bettina is gonna go to one, and is gonna approach one, and just to make sure, casts Mage Hand.
It's just an ordinary box with just a letter lock on it.
What is the letter of Bettina's?
They're all they're all rambles.
Yeah, so basically you basically gotta find the right word. You have to open the box.
All right. So how do I determine what the right word is?
Make a perception check on that.
Okay, this one is for Bettina. Okay. You said investigation, right?
Perception.
Perception. Okay. Fine. Then that would be a 15.
Alrighty. So I would probably say maybe like kind of like scattered around like the middle of like the planter. Yeah, you can kind of see out of the corner of your eye. You can see what appears to be books just lying around.
I think
So do you-
Koto would be willing to walk up to a book and start flipping through it.
Alright, make me an investigation check, please.
Investigatione. 11.
So you pick up a book called The Toy Boy, and it's a nice, lovely little book. Yes, I did plan this in advance.
I get it.
Toy boy.
It's about a little wooden puppet that wishes to be a real boy.
So having that information, I suppose she would just start checking the boxes to see if any of them have any mentions of stuff in the book, I guess?
You check, and nothing stands out.
Someday I'll...
All right, Bettina would probably go through one of the books.
All right, make me that investigation check.
All right, let's make an investigation check. Oh God!
Hmm.
No, what?
She's still thinking about
Okay,
Savanta's
so
earlier comment.
Okay, so you find a book about a unicorn and how she went walking to find her own kind. Nice little book.
She knows it's not going to be helpful, does it?
No.
She knows.
Alright. I guess
Alrighty.
Savanto or MM, would either of you like to take
You know
a
what?
crack?
I think Savanta will take a crack at it.
Alright.
So what, MM?
Alright, so this is an investigation check?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. What do I get with a 15?
So you find a book called The King of Cats. Nothing stands out.
This is someone's
Okay.
autobiography for sure.
All right. Let's see what I roll. Okay, so that's an 18.
So you pick up a book called The Little Merfolk. And as you read it, one word stands out as it's highlighted in gold ink. The word is pearl.
All right. Which box would have anything that looks like it could be pearl?
You know what? Just for the flavor, one box has 5 letters on it.
MM immediately deciphers it. Pearl.
Box opens and you get a potion of healing.
Potion of healing. Cool.
Seeing that MM solved that one, can Koto be somewhat frustrated and try flipping through the book rapidly again? It's like,
Well,
what the...
Or you're free to try another book.
I feel. You know who should have a turn? The other students.
Yeah, because we got four students who haven't
Yeah.
tried yet.
Yep.
I'll probably go on and knock Chain out of the way.
Alright.
Alrighty. Chain got a dirty 20. Oh! This book also has gold. Gold has a word written in gold. Antlers? As it's the book of the Elk Prince, aka Bambi. So he will write that in one of the little locks, and boop, he also gets a potion of healing.
I love all these little references you have with these books.
I know, I love it.
I swear to God, if one of them is. I am speaking directly to the player, Jen.
Yes.
I swear to God, if one of them is one I think one of them is.
I'm just gonna say, probably Boone is gonna get mad at me because one of the references I'm making.
Alright. Speaking of which. Boone already did one, so,
Yeah, so technically we got Kiha, Garrick, and Merriman who haven't gone
I
yet.
guess Kiha can go next.
Alright. Just put up here.
cards. And she gets a 12.
I like to provide the help action.
All right. Ooh, 16.
All right. So you find a book called The Rainforest Boy. And one of the words that is highlighted in gold is vine.
Vine. So she's going to start looking around the boxes to see if anything like possibly could spell out vine.
You do find one that only has 4 words.
All right.
Letters.
Yep. So
Yeah,
she
4 letters.
All right, so she looks at it. She says vine.
Pop! Opens and you get a bottle of healing.
There's healing potions all around.
Yep.
Alrighty, so would Merriment like to take a crack at it before Garrick?
No, Merriman's gonna let someone else have a go at this one.
Alright, so we'll have Garrick do this. I'm gonna make investigation roll. Okay. Yeah, that's an 8.
So you find a book called The Pale Princess and the 6 Pygmies.
Okay.
I think that's the one TP was looking for, actually.
No.
Oh wait, no, that's not. You're right. That's not the one. No, it's a different one.
I'm gonna make another one.
Okay.
All right. Jen,
Yes.
I have a question.
What?
Does the 22 work?
Yes, it works. So you find a book called The Pretty Princess and the Wolf. And the word that is highlighted in gold is ball.
All right. She does it again. There's only
Get
one
a
best.
Potion of healing.
All right. Okay, so the ones who got it were before MM
Chang got one.
and Kia
Yeah, Chain, Kiha.
and MM. Because this will be MM second, she decides, I already have one. You get this for your comment. You probably need it. And she just gives it to Savanto.
Funny thing, Savanto does accept it, but he's like super buried in the book he's reading about the cat prince. It resonates with me.
Actually, MM wants to take another look at just the books.
Oh God.
If Savanto is this interested.
You know what? Just for the lulz, make me one more investigation check.
Cool. 26.
You get the restful noble lady.
That's the one. That's the one that TP was looking for. Yep.
Okay. Alright, so I'm trying to
Can I
figure
keep
out-
this one?
That's a library. You can rent out all the books you want. I'm just gonna casually take this one as he pulls out The Pretty Princess and the Wolf. This resonates with me.
Alright. So does
Was the one? I feel like you already said the one that was supposed to upset me, but like
the pale princess.
why would that upset me?
It was a reference to Genshin Impact.
How specifically?
It was like Lisa's story quest.
Oh yeah.
Listen, that was one of the first ones. It's hard. One of the first quests in the game. It's not like we're gonna remember.
We did that
everything.
5 years ago, Jen.
Listen, I tried, okay?
No, I understand.
Question. Does Mary need to make a roll?
I think
Merriment declined. Didn't Merriment decline?
Like, well, before,
Yes.
Yeah, well, before it was between him and Gowrick. And I think he said he'd let Gowrick go before him.
Oh. I mistook that. I apologize.
No problem. Yeah, but I mean, that depends. Does Mary even want to bother?
Is there a need? Is there a book that has yet to be found?
That's it. You found them all.
Oh, all right.
There was
So
only
there
4
isn't a need
potions.
for merriment.
I hope you enjoyed my fun little game. Just something simple, something fun, and just to read the lines.
Koto will, as they're walking away, mutter under her breath about not liking escape rooms.
Alright.
Savanta's actually just gonna join up with Merriment and be like, "Look at it this way. You won by doing absolutely nothing."
Now, sometimes you don't need to engage in a situation to come out on top. Plus, my eyes aren't exactly the best.
Have you considered contacts?
Oh my god!
Now, what are contacts?
I mean, they can certainly help you see
That's-
better.
There's these vision-altering drones.
Vision altering what now?
Drones.
Now, what
Cybernetic?
is a drone?
At this point, one of the butter spot, one of the dragon spies should just start pop up.
Well, that being said, that would actually probably be a good indication. Let's get you kids down to Luke.
Yeah. That reminds. Oh yeah, that reminds.
By the way,
me of
Koto is
homework.
from Kamigawa. That's why I said that she knows what cybernetics are.
Okay.
He's from Thunder Junction. There's no way he knows what they are.
No.
I hope you all did
Texas boy
enjoy my.
from Texas land.
I hope you all did enjoy that little fun thing.
I did. I just got the impression that Koto wouldn't. So that's why I had Koto be frustrated.
There is an interesting note about Merriment as to why he decided to explain that his vision isn't the best. Alright, so you've come to me last, have you? Now, mine is decidedly pretty simple. Hang on, where did I put the fucking script again? And he leans back in the info booth and pulls out a slip of paper. Oh, there it is. 1,000 eyes follow you. It's time to find the spies in disguise. You just got back for Luke's game.
Ooh, yay. I do need to take off my suit jacket, so I'll be right back, but...
Alright.
Hello, new students. You saw my introduction. I am Luke. I am Lucky Star. I prefer the name Luke. It is L-U-C, before any of you get a weird idea about it. And he looks towards fucking Savanto.
Savanta's too interested in his book.
No, see, Savanto sees the look, is like, that's the weird look he gave me earlier, too. I told you they were making them.
I cannot imagine why.
Yeah, me neither.
Now, this time, you deserve it.
He like tries to raise a hand wave, and he's just like, you know what? Maybe I did deserve it.
Maybe a tad.
Maybe a lot. Definitely a lot.
I am a chief engineer. I build things. You haven't seen them yet because they're doing their job. What you need to do is you need to find some of these. And he produces a dragon spy. They're hiding around here somewhere. I'm not going to tell you where, but you need to find and bring 4 of them to me. I think you mean we need to find and bring you 3, because there's one right now.
I don't think that one counts.
Wait, does it count?
Well, he had.
What were you saying, Ben?
He has yet to say that it doesn't.
I guess that's begs the question, does it count?
You know, I really should have thought of these before these happened. However, no, it doesn't count. There are 4 more in this area. You can't blame me for trying.
Savanta was that one kid who reminds the teacher, don't we have homework to turn in?
Oh my goodness.
No. Never mind, he kind of sucks.
Well, as long as it doesn't interfere with my painting.
There's 4 of these. I suggest you start looking. They're pretty hard to find.
More escape room puzzles.
It's not exactly an escape room puzzle. You just need to know how to look for things that are trying to hide from you.
Yeah, that's what the one girl in the pink dress was doing, kinda.
Alright.
More,
You mind if I
it's a
roll?
very similar skill set.
Alright. Should I start rolling as MM for one of these, for one of the Dragon Spies? Because I think she and Kia are the only 2 that probably would know beforehand what a Dragon Spy is.
You can make a perception or an investigation check.
I'm going with.
I'm going
investigation.
I'm going with perception because hey, guess what? Guess what's higher? And good thing too. That's a 21.
I got a 12.
Neither of you get anything.
Oh!
Let's see. I'm going to have... okay, so I'm actually going to roll for both Savanto and Kiha. Okay, so it's a perception, right?
Perception or investigation if you want to take it somewhere more specific.
Okay. Alright, so for Savanto, he got a dirty 20.
What one are you doing? Are you trying a specific area or a broad check?
I'm doing a specific check.
What I mean is this investigation?
Oh, yeah.
Or perception?
Yeah, this is investigation.
Where are you looking with investigation?
Savanto is going to be looking.
You have an entire biblioplex to look around.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking around the. He's gonna be looking around the desk. See, maybe there's some hiding under there.
You don't find anything, but what springs to your sight is a note written in. That's not a language any of you could understand.
Okay.
It seems to be a set of scratches,
All right.
but it's distinctly a language.
Okay. And as for Kiha, she's also going to be doing investigation, and that's going to be a 9.
And where is she looking?
She's going to be looking along the bookcases up here.
She doesn't find anything, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna do investigation with Bettina over towards these desks.
Okay.
Okay. So, how does a 16 sound?
Again, there isn't a dragon spy here. But you find a note. This one written in... It looks like Draconic, but it's poorly written Draconic.
That is not a language she is proficient in. She knows, but she does.
Why is my
I think she
connection
would bring.
being so shit at the moment?
If you bring it back to the group, Kodo knows Draconic.
MM also knows Draconic.
Hmm.
However, I'm gonna also have MMB over here, looking for doing her own investigation.
Can I put Chain over in the store area?
Yeah, like.
Mm.
You can do that, so-
Because logically, thinking something like that would probably be in a store.
Okay.
All right, so I'm in this area. I got a 23 on investigation.
You don't find anything. You don't find a dragon spy in the lounge. But at the other info desk, you find what can only be described as a hint. It's a picture of a bush.
All right. Am I allowed to use this opportunity to go outside, which I think might be my clue?
You are, but we will move to someone else as that is you taking 2 attempts, and
True.
there are other people.
There are other people, like the one in the store.
So that very creative person who's just gone to the store. Why don't you give me a roll, you plant drawing human person?
Alrighty, Chain, don't fail me now. That is a 19.
Kane does not find a dragon spy.
Okay.
Chain does, however, find a suspiciously marked mug of coffee. It is still warm, as if it was just placed where you are.
A warm thing of coffee. The word coffee echoes to Pacifico.
So there was that. So, boom.
Photos in the cafe?
Yeah.
Somebody down here said coffee. I know somebody down here said coffee.
I found a warm thing of coffee in the store. It looks fresh.
Coffee! Okay, enough of the meme.
Pacifico, if you want coffee, just go to the cafe.
And if you want
Don't
fresh
interrupt the
coffee,
students while they're working.
Okay, fine. Oh, hi. Pardon me. Anyway, Kono's going to invest.
For you, Kodo at cafe.
Photo. Perception or investigation?
We're gonna go with investigation. That is a 6.
Unfortunately, you can't find anything in there. Other than a very Every single one is on this map. B.
Right.
I've only put down one token for them because they're in a spot where it's a bit of a bitch. But there are some in many places. Kodo, you don't find anything in there other than a caffeine-addicted Triton ordering himself a cuppa.
Damn it! I think I have an answer, but I don't think that spell works on what would the dragon spies consider to be?
They're considered
Automatons?
creatures.
So I'm curious. Could I use locate animals and plants to find one?
No.
I would probably say no. Like, I know you said creatures, but
They are
like
considered constructs.
Yeah, constructs. I would think. Yeah.
Damn it!
I would allow a locate object.
Unfortunately, I don't have that. Ah!
Gauric is going to venture outside because they feel a connection to the wind and the change of.
Alright, so I'll just pop his butt right out there.
God, Discord's having a fucking hissy fits for me today. Damn. Okay, so you are now outside. You can make an investigation roll for the specific area or a perception check for a more broad look.
Holy thing.
Yeah, like we're getting a lot of fuggy shit
Oof.
going
Why
on
did I
with
get cut off
Discord at
at?
the moment. The feeling of the wind, and that was the end of what you said.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're going to go outside because they are much more in tune with that than the inside of a stone rot building.
Jesus fucking Christ,
and-
Discord, stop chucking a hissy fit, please.
Can they do the percepting?
You can do a perception check for a broader check that may help reveal ones in other areas, or an investigation check that will give you a more specific look around here.
Well, they're actually about the same at both of those, so they're going to do an investigation. The goal is theoretically to do this in each of the different sectors around the outside, because there's probably one outside. That is a 19.
Okay, so Golric, you close your eyes and you listen for sounds that are out of the ordinary, and you hear a gentle click coming from this direction. It is almost imperceptible over the wind, but you've managed to tune that out to the point where you have found a dragon spy sitting in the garden bed around the biblioplex.
They are going to leap at it and grab it. Even if it doesn't try and escape, they are going to leap at it and try and grab it.
It does not try to escape. They have been ordered not to.
Alright. And they're going to eventually triumphantly walk back in with it. Just kind of in a fist. Because as courteous as they are still a barbarian, so they're just strutting in with it in their fist.
All of the Year 1 students hear in their heads, it looks like one of your dragon spies has been found. By the look of the dirt on him, quite roughly, for whatever reason. They were outside. 3 to go. I should note, there are more than 3 around. It's just that you only need to find 3 more. Now, Merriment
Yeah,
is going to just do a broad perception check. And roll a 5. So Merriment doesn't have anything going on here.
Okay.
Those things, how do you expect us to find them? By being good with your eyes and your ears? Look, my trial is based around making sure people don't fucking sneak up on you. You need to find where people are hiding to stop them from doing that. It's just ridiculous. What kind of person doesn't fight face to face? Luke just looks over at the very obvious rogue over at the fucking tables. I can think of a few.
You would be surprised.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard
Kodo would
Would
probably
you-
be walking up at that point too.
Please don't do that. Walking up behind someone is a great way to get yourself hurt, man.
It would be funny if Kodo showed up on the other side.
I got a note.
I got a thing of coffee.
What did we bring everybody back?
I also got a note, but from the looks of things,
Everyone's just surrounding fucking Merriment.
Group huddle.
Trap the tiefling! Trap the tiefling!
I also got a note. Though from the looks of things, looks at the barbarian with the dragon spy. I don't think it's relevant anymore.
Here, I found a thing of coffee in the shop.
Oh, that's where me cuppa went. Mind if I have that?
There you go.
I just saw Pacifico getting a cup.
And Luke takes a drink from his mug. Can I get you all to make a perception check, please?
Sure. Nat 1.
Nat 20!
The duality.
The duality of man.
These dice hate me today, I guess.
Perception, yes.
Perception.
No, they don't hate you. They hate Coda.
Savanto got a 16.
I got a 12.
Okay, so what did you get, Ian B?
I got a 13.
Savanto got a...
16.
And what did your NPC get?
Oh, my NPC, see, she got a 9.
MM got a...
12.
And your NPC?
I forgot about my NPC. Is that perception, right?
Yes.
19.
Okay, so... B, you said you got a...
13.
13. Okay, so I'm just going to say, everyone who got a 15 and above notices a symbol on the bottom of the mug. It is the symbol of the Biblioplex Cafe.
Can I go? Can I go there?
I think because of Bettina's
We got a natural 20 on...
oh, okay.
on
Shane.
what's it? Chain? Chain.
Chain, yeah.
Yeah, Chain got the nat
Chain
20.
got a natural 20, so he picked up on the very obvious hint first.
I'll be right back. I'm going to try some of this coffee. So move up to the cafe.
Alright.
How good can this coffee be, honestly?
You'd be surprised. There's some really good coffee in this plane.
You know what? He'll just order a coffee for everyone while he's in there.
Alright then.
So he's looking around.
No, are you going to make any sort of check?
Yep, I will try a perception check. Alrighty, that is an 18.
You don't get anything on a perception check with 18.
I don't? Wow.
The perception check is really fucking hard because the broader check. I will explain. Doing a perception check, if you manage to get the perception check, you'll get general areas for like 2 or 3 of them. Investigation checks will only find you one at a time.
All right. Let me see if I have something that'll help me. I don't think anything can help me right now.
Has anyone checked the book garden down this way?
No.
Yeah, nobody's gone beyond the bookshelves.
So I'll try like the lower book garden here.
Alright, so up there, okay.
And we're going to do in Vestimigation. Finally, a decent roll. 18.
Okay, did Coda find a book during Amy's test?
Coda found a book, but nothing in the book.
What book did she find?
The Toy Boy.
You find a copy of The Toy Boy. This one seems to have a marking on the inner cover, though. One that says the other one. Oh, you do not find a dragon spy.
That's giving me an indication. I'll let other people do stuff first, but I think I know something that I want to attempt.
Okay.
If I may.
Mm-hmm.
Bettina would also like to go to the cafe. She knows it probably would take her eye for detail would probably make it a little easier. So she's actually going to do investigation.
Can I provide help action?
Yeah, if you're there, I don't see why not. If he's still there.
He's still there. He's ordering coffee for everyone.
I should probably be on Bettina's page. All right. The better of the rolls is an 18.
With the help of Chain, the two of you sit down and you let yourselves just sort of focus in on the cafe, however small it is. And you notice something tucked just behind one of the coffee machines. A dragon spy wing is poking out just barely.
I got you, you little thing, you.
Hold on. May I go and grab the dragon spy for Luke's little trial?
Yes, go on ahead. My
yeah.
hands are.
Yeah.
My hands are kind of full right now.
All right. She goes. She asks the employee to go back and she asks the employee about the dragon spy. It's for the trial.
Yep. So she, understanding because she was, giving her directions. So yeah, she'll go and she will, very gingerly, she'll pick up the spy and then she'll hand it to you guys.
All right. And Bettina
Along
will...
with the spy, a note is in its is tucked away in its legs.
Mm-hmm.
It reads, "Your drinks have already been paid for."
Oh. Well, that was nice of him.
Thank you. And she and Chang will go back with the Dragon Spy and coffee.
Alright, so we'll bring you up here.
And I'll pass everybody
Yeah.
out a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
I'd recognize the smell of that machine anywhere. Fixed it last week, tucked him back there at that point as well. You found the one that's in the cafe. 2 left to find.
All right. MM is going to go back to the amphitheater
Amphitheater, alright.
and is going to make an investigation check for this area.
Can we put Shane up? You know what? Let's put Shane up to where around the bookshelves where Amy is.
Okay. I will move him there. In the meantime, MM, you're doing...
How does a dirty 20 for investigation sound?
You listen for anything, because the amphitheater, it's hard to physically hide things here. Except for at one spot. There happens to be someone there.
I mean, we're
You-
Pacifico.
You are aware of the fact that Luke has before and since attached dragon spires to people. Pacifico, you feel the dragon spy under your coat rustle just a little bit.
It's been so long, I kind of forgot about this one, isn't it? May I borrow this? I'll be sure to bring it back. I'll be sure to bring this one back.
Of course, because Pacifico probably already knows what it's for.
Oh yeah, you all would have been briefed at the beginning that that you're going to have a spy attached to you to hide from the students.
The fact that the students didn't notice while he was giving them direction on stage is indication that he did a good job of that.
Oh yes.
Alright, so we'll just go on ahead and have MM bring the spy down.
I can smell an air of pomp and circumstance. I think the one that's on Pacifica has been found. I'd recognize that cologne anywhere.
During this time, I also want to give the scroll I got from Canvas's. She's gonna ask Pacifico first and foremost. By the way, do you have this spell yet?
No, and I'm actually kind of surprised that I haven't gotten it yet. Yeah, I think I probably would need this.
Consider it a gift. She just gives it to him.
Oh, thanks.
All right. So out of my hands into Pacifico's, you have one extra. You have one detect magic.
And probably between sessions, I'll do the copy thing for that.
So, you've got one more left to find.
Kodo still has not gone back to the group yet, because Kodo, we do part 2 at this point. Seeing the other one, the immediate thought is to go to the other garden.
Other garden, okay.
Yes.
Alright, so I will bring you up to the other garden.
Amy gives a small wave. She passes by.
She gives a slight bow back. And she kind of looks in the and she starts her investigation kind of around the location where the toy boy was. to sort of flavor this investigatorium.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay, great. That's an 8.
Unfortunately, you don't find anything. But
Okay.
something seemed a little bit weird, didn't it? Someone got your attention when they had no reason to.
She blinks a little bit. And she looks over at Amy. And she will bow. It's like, pardon me, ma'am.
Yeah?
You would not happen to have a dragon spy on your person, would you?
Well, you're free to look.
Right, she's gonna look then.
Make another investigation check.
Since
Possibly.
Chain is also near, since Chain is nearby, can he provide help to the action too?
He's not close enough and he's not looking specifically at Amy.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
You notice that at 6 points in Amy's dress, there is little like bits that are sticking out, like something is gripping onto it from the inside.
She points with her fan. Right there.
Yep.
On the inside of your dress.
I guess her and Luke did talk about this.
He pointed out the fact to you that there's not really many places to hide things on you.
I mean, my hair is
I like
really
the
long.
idea that
Just saying.
Canvas has one, but it's a prototype and it doesn't count.
Oh no, the thing is, every member of the first year had one. Even Luke. It wasn't the one they produced, but he had one on him. If they'd investigated Luke, they'd have found one as well.
Can you give me 1 second? I'll take it out.
So
You know
basically-
that if you simply do a simple twirl, it will fly out.
all right, let's whirl.
The Dragon Spy lets go and just floats down and then up to the student who found it.
Ah, good work, Koto.
Yep. Thank you. And she starts making her way back to the group with that.
Chain will follow suit.
And of course, with the Durgan sperm.
If she'd kept the large bow on her waist like that she had from the first year, it would have been tucked in one of the loops of the bow.
I mean, her hair is also pretty damn long too.
You do not want a dragon spy in your hair.
Yeah, but I mean,
I have had
more
a dragonfly land in my hair. They are very, very annoying.
Yeah, that's an oof. That's an oof from me, Chief.
Already.
Well now, it looks like you found the fourth one. This one was found on Amy, I can tell because I'm going to have to buy her a new dress. It tore some of the bloody fabric.
It's okay, Luke.
She
So-
smiles a little bit. I did avoid cutting it out myself.
If you'd cut it out, I'd make you find another one because that's just a terrible way of grabbing something. So, mine was simple but difficult, I'd say. You and I hope you'd agree. Finding people who are hiding from you is a difficult task. That is why these things, the Dragon Spies, are around the school to find people who are trying to hide from us. To help you in your endeavors in finding people, I will have my creations here hand something out to you all. And each of his creations move to a student and hand each of you a scroll of see invisibility.
Alrighty.
People like to hide from your sight, so what if you could find them anyway?
Well, this actually.
You know what's interesting? Kodo can also add spells to her ritual book.
See invisibility. For the duration, you see creatures and objects that have the invisible condition as if they were visible, and you can see into the ethereal plane. Creatures and objects that appear appear ghostly.
Not ghastly. They don't appear as Pokemon.
Okay.
Listen, I need that.
So,
Alright,
that
so-
is my trial for this year. You are going to go back and talk to the faculty again to get yourself settled in.
All right. As she goes to give Pacifico's dragon spy back, she does quickly pass by Luke and asks, "Oh, Luke, because you did this for the freshmen this year, does that mean we're gonna have to do one for the freshmen of next year?"
It depends. You might not. The faculty will decide that closer to the end of the year.
All right.
We've got this for you know what reason.
I know.
I'll be back.
Anyways, gives Pacifico back his dragon spy and then heads back to the Oracle Hall of Oracles.
Alright. Yeah, so we'll have it so all the students will go return to the Hall of Oracles, and that is where the faculty they're now gonna guide you, like, now that the orientation is over, you'll be able to make your way to your dormitories, get yourself situated, which we will be doing next session.
Yeah.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
We learned that
God.
fucking Hoopa is one of our students.
Sounds like a great big word of.
Yeah. See, Hoopa tried to give us a 5th trial, but then they got drop kicked.
I can hear the end of the session.
Alrighty.
See you guys Saturday.
So,
See you this
Saturday.
weekend.
Yep, and hope you all enjoyed year 2. Honestly, tonight was a lot of fun.
Ben will see you this weekend for more face-crushing fighting time.
I threw a party.
Yay!
But yeah,
we get to find out what happened.
Thank you for making Merriman into a fucking Texan. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
It was very fun.
I'm just saying, Koto definitely gives me hella bi vibes or gay vibes because she definitely likes the girls.
She is either bi, gay, or ace. There's no other options that make sense for me.
My bet is ace.
But yeah, I'll see you guys there.